go, we got to give props to Enigma Galaxy. Once again, a great bounce back from what we saw in Rondo, and the synergy that we have seen out of this squad, Max. That's what we're going to be talking about, because when they were going up against Ulf, it was none other than Coops and Lord just working wonderful together.
Beautiful. I mean, especially, of course, as you say, the highlight is Coops and Lord pushing up on those two players of Ulf, getting those nades, while one player's trying to get in CQC range. They do beat out Ulf in that fight. Execution-wise, 10 out of 10, but also keeping two players in the backside, Niptura, making sure that Go Team can't third-party you as you're getting involved in that discussion was literally the play that kept them relevant until the very end of that game. If they don't do that 2-2 split and fully come out to Ulf, I think they instantly lose that fight.
No, I agree. I think it was very well played on those cliff sides. I think Nigma are a team that do that a lot. If the zone goes over there, they're right on those cliffs. So they definitely have a lot of practice with that, but you are really able to see how much that practice has been influencing them and making sure they're able to actually win those fights, win those games. So second place, I mean, it should have been a win in my opinion. It should have been a win, but second place is going to be really good, especially after the day they've had.
They just wanted to join sitting in the water. He told them, it's pretty nice, okay? The temperature's decent, join me, we're going to have a good swim.
I mean, Sitting was there for so long, too. That man was sitting under a rock. Shout out to Barney, he actually told me that. Dad jokes. But for some of the other squad that has been kind of quiet, but they have been consistent today, is none other than Ulf. Ulf has been able to put up some great numbers today. 6th place, 3 eliminations. You might think that's actually not that great, 7, but slow down. Let me actually finish what I was going to talk about Ulf, because they ended up with a 3rd place, 7 eliminations, 4th place, 5 eliminations. So not a super pop-off performance out of this squad, but they are putting up the numbers and they are being consistent.
Exactly what we want to see from the group stage. You know, you don't want to see a team go all out in day one, then you're going to have nothing left for the finals. A lot of teams do this. Aurora do this. For Thrives do this. We need to see teams stagger what they're doing, get that strategy, you know, bit by bit, day by day, add a little bit more as the competition gets more fierce. But for group stage, this is exactly what we want to see, just a few consistent points.
I'm a little bit annoyed at Ulf usually at the start of tournaments, especially during PMWC Season 1. They play so split, they lose players every once in a while. They kind of did it this game, right, Niptura, with enough Angolf gaming stars behind them coming in outside of Lipovka. I feel like if they don't lose those 2 players, maybe we'd be looking at an Ulf win here, but they are a slow starting team, so the fact that they still get decent points here, actually, 7, at this early on in the tournament, literally day 1 of PMWC, I'm not that annoyed, and I feel like they're still going to keep improving day after day going into this event.
That's the scary part with the team of Ulf, because we know that they can usually end up showing up when we go to the final day of group stages, and especially if they make it through, whether it's survival or whether they're straight to the finals, depending on where they end up here in Group A. Another team that has been able to be consistent and is currently in 2nd place is none other than Aurora. Aurora has been able to put up those numbers, Max. It's a team that it's usually a bit of hit and miss, right? For that squad, we can either see a pop-up performance and just absolutely destroying the lobby, or just at the bottom. Right now, we're seeing a different Aurora that we actually haven't seen before.
It's working out. It's not the confident Aurora that's got like 4 players just steamrolling the entire lobby. So you know what? People are going to say I keep hating on Aurora, and I like the players, right? But
fairly so sometimes.
She's just posing on me.
Side here, SMH.
Yeah, I think that they can do a lot more going into these games. I feel like they are able to capitalize on positions because teams do slight mistakes, or maybe not as aggressive as they should be. I have yet to see the Aurora that I know can win championships, but it's still day 1, so there's still a lot of room to make it happen. But Aurora have so much more to offer.
They're currently putting up good numbers in regards to eliminations too, even though it's not a pop-off performance. 5 elims, nothing to be mad about.
I mean, exactly. This is what I was saying earlier as well. This is the kind of thing you want to see. Personally, I want to see from a day 1 Group A, something like that, right? That's what I want to see, is a team going, we just want to put 5, 6, 7 consistent points per game. That's all you need for group stage. You've got a very small threshold to get going in, so that's exactly what I want to see from them.
That's what I want to see out of them as well. One team that I want to see them step it up here on the 2nd half is going to be none other than Thrives. They have slowed down since the first match. A big slowdown for that squad. They do have the best loyal gamers, or as I like to call them, the BLG squad. So we would like to see them being able to step it up. But I know Kalaris has been running around and getting some interviews with the coaches.
Hi, Kalaris here on day number 1 for half-time. I'm with Feitan here from Geekay, who got themselves that win on game at number 1. So first and foremost, let's talk about game number 1 and how you guys looked at the game, what your threats were. I thought you were looking fantastic on that high ground in the north. What's it from your perspective?
Yeah, so for the first game, literally like we changed the way how we play Rondo since like the last 2 tournaments, and we wanted like to try something new rather like than go and take some kills, then recall and play like the other team. So we wanted like to play more for the positioning and control like a good position, and this is what we did, and at the end we got the result that we want.
Were you concerned about 4 Thrives at all from the west side? Because they could have maybe tried to go north, but they decided not to in the end. Were you concerned?
Yes, but I was listening to the communication of the team, and I understand that the team was calculating the risk and the priority every time, so they keep switching like the split, depend the risk. So whenever like we see that 40 are trying like to be aggressive on us, we change to 1-3, and whenever we see that they are going back, we go to our north side.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome insight, awesome insight. So 3 games down so far here today. What's your overall outlook for how it's gone here for Geekay?
For us, as I told you before, like we have like different play styles. So in the second game, if you notice, we changed our play style since like the first game in Rondo, because in Rondo we tried more to control in the edge on something, and in the second game we did some mistakes that we need like to improve for the first for the next like 3 games. And I think like now we understand how we need like to play the last 3 games, because the idea of the meta of the lobby is more like clear for us right now.
Thank you very much, Peyton, for joining me here. Good luck in the next 3 games.
And here we go. The first 3 matches of the group of death are now in the books. Now to reach that second half. I'm Hot Jukes, and next to me I got my man Jackie. Hey, big shout out to, of course, John and Blake leading the charge there in the first 3 matches. But you know what? It's our turn to take over the mic.
Yeah, they've let us in. We've got upstairs. We've got in position. We got the overlook of the stage, the exciting arena, the plays that have been made already to get us hyped up, Jukes. And honestly, I think the best is yet to come for day 1.
Let's get it going. We are here in Paris, France. I love to say that the love is in the air.
Oh, yeah.
But while we were walking backstage, I didn't feel very much love, I'll tell you that right now, because these guys are intense. I can hear the players talking to the coaches, figuring out what did we do wrong? How are we going to correct it? They got to start making those corrections right here, right now, as we get into the final AGAL of the day.
Yeah, man, it's going to be intense out there, Jukes, and you're absolutely spot on. It feels like you could cut the tension with a knife as we navigated over to the casting overlook, kind of the perch that we're set up on, and it's a good spot to be. We'll give you the lay of the land of the competition as things go down here, and we'll be switching it up on you with our remaining games. But like we said, Game 4 is starting to kick off.
Here we go. We can see a beautiful southern playing path here, and these teams are going to be going to a lot of their normal drop locations. We got RRQ heading out the plane immediately. We know where exactly we're going to see a squad like Aurora head to, right there towards Sosnovka military base. But this is a really crucial game right here. The leaderboards, you guys can see them on the left. You got Aurora in second place with 30 points. KRX leading it with 32. But it was your boys, GOAT Team, that ended up winning that last one, Jackie.
I do it every year, bro. I don't know how. I always get that feeling, that tingle in the air, and I could smell it. GOAT Team. Yeah, it might be a slightly different roster. They've made adaptations. They're trying to see how they can improve, what they can do differently to dominate out there. And like I said, you got to ramp a little bit, but they're starting to get that speed now, Jukes.
Here we go. And yeah, that last match was so interesting, right? We saw Nick McGall. Oh, I can actually forget that. Let's talk about this, because it looks like we got a little bit of a hot drop situation. And X-Force Rejects are going to have the numbers, the shotgun. Oh, he misses it. Ooh. Can he do something with that knife, though? He's going to have to make a huge play. Swan, oh, he tried it, but not able to make it happen.
Oh, swinging with the blades, coming in swiftly, sprinting by. Nice couple quick shots, get it dealt with, and already we're into a bit of action then on the drops.
Couple players going down early here. Really interesting. So it looks like, you know, X-Force Rejects are going to lose a player as well. So a good, solid trade here. But guys, make sure you join that Naruto event. Get some of those insane skins. If you haven't already, I'm telling you, the best collab PUBG Mobile has done yet. I am not kidding. You guys got to go check it out immediately.
It was cheeky. Kind of reminiscent of what we saw there with the Naruto run with the blade.
Yeah.
They've been playing the event. Yeah, they're fired up for it. We'll see if we get too much action out of this as well. Close proximity from two squads that have been on the tips of our tongues over the course of the day. We had that beautiful interview from Kalaris there, speaking to Geekay, getting the insights. Obviously, that's going to be GOAT team, fresh off the back of their prior chicken dinner in the last game. So if they get into a bit of a scrap early on, could be some heat on that one.
Yes, that is true. You can see GOAT team starting to move up there. You got Killer Joe trying to find some sightlines. Geekay playing this very, very quietly. You got Ragnarok in the front line. He doesn't want to give away his position just yet, because if he does, GOAT team could definitely realize that this player's isolated. Let's full send and get that easy elimination. So yeah, Ragnarok gonna have to play this very carefully.
Killer Joe on the move through the ground floor. Tommy gun in the hands, going to get a little bit of looting on the go as well. But do they know what lies above on the upstairs floor? Moxie joining the crew. The molly's on point. Ragnarok burning as the flames start to emit. Quick drop out the window, Jukes. Can he get a drop on them to reposition? Tucks in, hits the prone.
He's got to run for his life at this point. Yeah, I mean, they heard that footstep. They threw that Molotov, and Ragnarok was on fire. Instant smoke there. Hopefully his teammates are going to be able to get some sight lines on this and give him some support fire. But it's the Foops man with that off angle, making it so difficult to try and help Ragnarok here.
It's a good early pre-fire as well from Killer Joe, at least getting the fear into him. That's a response, though. You speak of Foops, and this time he's been deflated early.
Yeah, I think that with Foops going out here, GOAT, you got to just disengage. Yeah, just take off. You know, you lost a player. Now you're at a big disadvantage. Geekay are going to look to punish this, though. They are on the move.
Bad boy coming in swift. That's another knock as Force falls. Moxie just looking to get away and be the sole survivor. Like you said, though, Jukes, this is worst case scenario. It's not only one player gone, it's effectively the whole squad, bar the solo of Moxie, if he's given the benefit of survival here.
But yeah, I mean, survival, but for how long? I mean, his whole team done and dusted just like that. It's the worst thing, right? When you see a team like GOAT get a nice chicken dinner and then go into a rough game immediately after. You hate to see it, but that just goes to show, right? Just one mistake can instantly just be a domino effect to you going back to the lobby.
Yeah, we're in constant flux today as well. Things are going to be changing, right? Day one, start to get the jitters out of the way for some of the squads, and especially for a team like GOAT, historically, it's felt like they played much slower on those early games. They don't like to force fights if they can avoid it till late mid-game circles. So obviously running into an uncomfortable team to start there. Could they have got that pick on Ragnarok and Bill? Maybe, but that's not the timeline we're living in.
Yeah. Hey, great disengage from Ragnarok, though, right? I mean, he got volleyed. He immediately put himself in a good position to get supported, and it was really that anchor, right? Foops. Like, if he was able to get a knock there, it would have went the entire other direction. But hey, hindsight is 20/20. Right now, we got Aurora on the move with 30 points in second place, trying to get into that northern side. This is a tough circle, considering that it could still hard shift on over to military. But I think if you're Aurora, you definitely want to put yourself in a good position just in case.
Little cut over there to the Moxie POV behind the wheel, just trying to keep his individual life going. Meanwhile, you can see some of the establishment of our other squads, like you say, Aurora on the move, getting themselves back down into a position to build on this one. There's your Ulf cameo as well, monster truck in the back.
There they go, yeah, Ulf on the move here. Everybody trying to center up. You got 4 Thrives already taking that beautiful bridge position, so they're going to be the anchor beings here for this one. If that zone goes south, they'll have a great position for it. I like what I saw from Aurora there. They went to that edge of that circle, just trying to catch maybe a sneaky player on rotation, try to soak up some points, but when they didn't find anything, all right, let's go ahead and prioritize circle here.
Smart plays, a talented squads that I think a lot of us want to see really get into that stride that we know they have. High skill ceiling, Jukes, so maybe they can build on this one.
Yeah, things definitely slowing down here, for sure. And it definitely should. I mean, it was kind of tough to see a couple players go out so early, but with the southern plane path, sometimes you got some players just trying to do some split loot, and one little bad drop could definitely punish you. Still 58 remaining here, so still plenty of time. A lot of action to be had. Unfortunate for the side of GOAT. Yeah, we got X-Force Rejects losing a couple players as well. But we're still getting things going here. And you can see Alula Club right in the coastline with a super safe rotation.
Yeah, playing it close to their chest. Going to bide their time on this one, stay in a very safe area. That feed boding well for their timeline that's yet to come. Bit of a cut over as well. We can see what the setup is here. KRX caught a whiff of the back line. Few shots, the info goes both ways.
Yeah, RRQ just, hey, just put some shots down range and say, hey, stay away. You know, we'll fight a little bit later as we get into those later stages. But this position has been taken. Next zone does pop, and it goes dead center. All right, so yeah, military definitely out of play at this point. We are going to go to that northern island. You can see Aurora down south. Going to have to make that bridge cross. And on the other bridge, we got AG.AL and Geekay going to have to make that late rotate.
Yeah, a lot of water in play here as well. So like you say, for 4 Thrives to potentially be able to build off the back of this one on that slightly delayed rotation over the bridge could get a bit messy as this develops.
Now teams just trying to put themselves into a solid position. Wolf are going to be looking for one here. A lot of open fields in this northern spot. Maybe they're going to be hoping that for a northern shift. But for right now, 4 Thrives are going to be holding this hillside, and that is the dominant position in this zone. FURIA just forced to take the warehouse. Still a great spot as well. And we'll see just how this decides to play out in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, see if Fowler can run it straight back as well with the incredible performance he's had today. As an individual, been absolutely out there hulking out, mate. Some of the connections he's had have been brutal scenes, so Falak, will it be happening once again? Read from the distance. He's got an idea of the 2 squads that are in close proximity here. Put a bit of fear over towards FURIA, but doesn't overcommit. Got the backup coming in now as well.
Yeah, here they go. Just everybody just playing some pop shots over, playing a little game of keep away. And 4 Thrives are going to have, I'd say, the best position in this circle so far. Let's see where the next zone goes. And yeah, Falak just putting some shots onto those vehicles. Going to make it very difficult for a team like Thunder Talk to rotate away from this. And I'm surprised we're seeing Thunder Talk take that little, actually just an open air. I mean, yeah, they just got busted out on rotate. That's tough.
Might work out all right for the delay rotation there for Geekay as well with the setup. Hovercraft in the distance, jet ski up. Hey, that's a summer camp play.
There you go. He's going to be headed straight to that hovercraft. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I guess Geekay just abandoned that bridge play. They're like, you know what? Let's just try to cross the water here. And a hovercraft's definitely going to help do that. Meanwhile, Aurora gonna hold on to this bridge, so they're gonna be just edging through that circle little by little. Did see a little bit of action though in that elimination view. I believe that was Orangutan getting some shots downrange.
Even with the hovercraft in play here, it's the back line over towards the bridge side. Instantly visually confirmed by Aurora. They won't play their card yet though, trying to catch you if you do go for the wrap over. Uh-oh. Bit of a stagger there, Duke. Start to dump the magazines off the back of it.
Dude, this just goes to show you the level these guys are playing at. Just the tiniest mistake, just punish. Ragnarok, you know, still has that hovercraft there, but a lot of damage went into it. That's pretty much the meta at this point. Like, you see a hovercraft, shoot hovercraft. Yeah. Just try to take it out as soon as possible. Uh-oh. AG.AL playing it very close here to 4 Thrives. 4 Thrives are going to go ahead and give up the hillside and take the buildings just south of that hill. But now, yeah, AG.AL going to hold this spot for now, and Aurora are pushing up on that bridge little by little.
Look at that awkward setup on the bridge as well with the hovercraft. Geekay pull the plug on it, back off towards main Sivnovka there and get a bit of looting on by the base. That is where Moxie was last spotted as well. So could be a free pick onto him there and then convert off the back of that if they're a bit unfortunate in terms of their placing. And like you say, Aurora do complete their rotate over, find a little bit of hard cover to get set up with a relatively acceptable split from them thus far. And FURIA still hunkered down, just listening out with 4 thrives, just commanding a bit of respect from their setup. It's been good damage done, disarming some of the vehicles as well to make any escape plays far harder, Jukes. So strategic, if quiet, from them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart play. These guys are in 4th place right now, 25 points on the board. Just get a good central position and just reach that end game. So they're hunkered down in the main coverage of these buildings, but those buildings are a little bit weak to that hillside. But for now, nobody's going to be making that push, because if you do, that's instant third-party city. So good decision for these teams just to kind of just wait things out, all right? Let's just kind of move little by little, inch by inch, and then let the zone decide when this fight's going to start.
And we love to party as much as the next person, Jukes, but a third party just don't hit the same, does it?
It does not. It does not. 2's a party, 3's a crowd. And right now you're going to see Aaron get shot out of the vehicle there. Nice shots there from Aru. Catching big trouble, and Orangutan with the drive-bys, putting in work.
Yeah, the Bizzard gang ballistic already as the damage is being done, leading out full gangster as he lights them up. Scarface in the back though lets it rip, and that's the first knockback over. Looking to reset from this as well. 2 knocks on the side of Ulf. They got space and limited cover with the vehicles. Scarface's nade on point for the reply though, and it is getting a bit uncomfortable, Jukes.
Ooh! And Gaming Stars with the third party punishing it. Yeah, I think Orangutan had to really commit to that just a little bit quicker. But then you got Nigma Galaxy on the other side. This is what I'm talking about. You try to take that fight a little too early, and you're gonna get punished as Ragnarok gets naded, and Aurora Gaming are pushing into the zone.
Okay, Doc up close as well, cooking this one. Let's see if the shrapnel will be able to blow him away.
What?
Wow. How on earth has he been able to prevent damage from that divine intervention, but still slain with the same result at the end? So Aurora taking away space and locking down their safe area for now. Meanwhile, GOAT lose their last representative as Moxie is out.
Next zone does pop, and it does head on over to that northeast side, and it is hitting the edge of that circle there. So pretty big hardship, especially for a team like RRQ that was sitting over there in Ferry Pier. They're gonna have a tough one moving into this next zone. KRX are gonna have to do the same. We'll see how things start to play out. Those squads that are holding a great position so far, you got 4 thrives, sitting pretty, AG.AL, FURIA. Pretty much everybody else is gonna have to move on in as Maniac gets knocked to Alula.
Yeah, Maniac not dancing on this one. No smooth moves on the dance floor as Alula start to build off the back of it and see if there's anyone else they need to remove from the equation as they do flush through onto him.
There we go. Now we're starting to see that elimination feed light up. Nigma Galaxy, hey, putting in some work here. 5 eliminations to start things off. The most in this lobby so far. So they're cranking up the heat, getting some points on the board. Definitely needed. Claws has eyes on Satan though, and Satan, woo! Hitting that U-turn real quick.
Handbrake on that one, Jukes.
See ya.
He's burnt the clutch, but the damage is still being done, and Yusuf was tucked into the back for so long. Let's forget about him.
Wow.
He gives him a reason to remember the name. Headshot into the back. That's another one down.
That's how you do it there. Yusuf in the blue zone. He knows he's probably going to go out here, but is able to get 2 clutch points, especially if he gets this confirmation onto Claws. And they need all the points they can get. Nice shots with that Scar. Red Dot, unfortunately, getting taken out there by Quick.
It was Swift as well. Lives up to the name on the response from the Org as he hits there. Claws off the back of being downed. Eats it from the blue coming in as well. From a good start, it starts to unfold. Meanwhile, back over on a different POV, we can see Aurora continuing on their warpath. Doc's down right now. Needs someone to play medic, but the backup is on rotation. Trying to cut their losses as well and get out of there. There's limited cover with the shed. You can tuck in at least. But this looks brutal, Jukes.
Yeah, it is. Jetfoss barely made it to that shack there. That Marauder was on fire. Zeol is going to go ahead and get that res onto Doc. So Aurora pushing up from military. working their way little by little. They got 5 eliminations here. This is honestly where they work on their best. With the blue zone to their back, gun skill, the only solution to push into this next circle. Oh, they just have that one vehicle. Good for them. Okay, great. So they at least saved one. And they're going to have to use it because this zone is starting to close. 20 seconds left on the clock. Things are going to definitely heat up here in this next circle.
Start sprinkling in those spices. It was KRX just off to the left side as well, and it seems like Aurora, their eyes have lit up as they do get visual onto them. Few shots back over. See if they can equalize the situation here, Jukes, and begin to build. Alula going down as well. Zone shifting upwards, and we can see where things are going to go from here. Aurora may have to fight for survival up against KRX.
Well, let's get it. Let's see what KRX could do. They are right next to Aurora when it comes to the leaderboard. So this is a pretty huge fight here. Aurora with 6 eliminations, KRX with 2 so far. Only 2 points separating the two on the leaderboards. And the blue zone is so far away from them. So this is a fight they just have to make happen. KRX getting in the vehicles. Are they going to push this? And it looks like they are. Vinny trying to find some angles here. Zeol up close and personal. He's got to hit the shots with the shotgun. He gets one, but it ain't going to be enough. KRX gets the better of Aurora.
The lights have gone out for Aurora on that one as they are silenced by the attack from KRX. Even with the quick reaction with the shotty, it wasn't enough to save the day. The plays don't pay off, and KRX can keep moving. Got to quickly get themselves suited and booted once again, though. Restore the HP and then get a move on inside towards the new zone.
Oh, yeah, they better do it quickly here. This is their opportunity, right, to really lock down that first place position before they go into Miramar. RRQ, though, did a great job of just trying to slow down their rotation. Hoxie saying, oh, come on, Blue Zone, give me a break. Give me a break here. As Benny said, I can't even wait for you, bro. I got to get into this next circle.
Self-preservation, Jukes, it's got to be done. Keep the dream living for all of them if he can get into a better position. Thankfully, not slain by the blue. It would have been an upsetting way to go out. But the challenges are yet to come, buddy.
Yes, they are. They are still not in this next circle, and they got an entire squad of AG.AL right in front of them. Things are going to get sticky here, especially when Maple's on the squad.
Oh, yeah. Always sticky business from him. Hit some sickening shots as well. We're seeing it so far. Let's see if they can build back into a play like this up against the duo. Attention being taken off them, but Flower deals with it instantly.
Super annoying circle here for these teams. This is a lot of open field, very little coverage here to work with. That's why we're seeing so many teams out in stage 5. Usually at this level, we'll see a whole lobby with Flower H. Oh, Vinny spinning out, and he's taking out the vehicle. Now it's Hoxie left for the squad of KRX, just trying to survive.
Smooth tracking on that. It was like first-class Postmates.
And it wasn't enough. So that is KRX out. This is a huge opportunity now for 4 Thrives, Nigma Galaxy, the rest of the lobby to try to catch up to these leaders.
And this is 4 Thrives going in. Hoverhurst in the back line. T24 trying to close the gap as the shots are coming through. AG.AL already dropping 2 players. Flower H has been popping off. But what can you do? Man versus machine as the hovercraft is in their face. Valak looking to assist with the nade plays once again as they're getting blown down. Backline's good. Maple removed. And that's how you wave goodbye.
What a play from 4 Thrives, not hesitating, saying, you know what, we need to take this hill, let's take this fight, and they get it done. So 5 eliminations for them. They move up to 3rd place, but FURIA applying so much pressure. They know if we're going to take them out, this is the time to do so.
Woo. The detonation from the hovercraft as well, leaving IQ low, but he can top himself back up. The 4 Thrives certainly living up to the name, Jukes. They've been thriving in the lobby as individuals, but as a unit as well.
The crowd is going crazy here. We can hear the 4 Thrive chants happening just right behind us. Let's see if they can make everybody proud here and make pretty much a miracle play. These guys have no coverage. They're going to have to run in the wide open. Their best shot, honestly, is going to be if 2 other teams in the circle just happen to fight and they're able to sneak on in. Other than that, though, this is going to be a very, very difficult time for them.
The mechanical prowess would have to be on point, bro. And like you say, maybe they can smell blood in the water, set themselves up for something special here. Bit of a scout with the 2-2 split, keeping their eyes open for info. Flash taking pot shots onto Furia as well, huddling together for any kind of cover.
Man, Fourth Rise really are happy with this one because Team Flash just completely stopped Furia from being able to push on him. Flash making that big push. Furia trying to make a play from the shack here. Bows trying to get the heal off, and now Tops with the shotgun should be able to get it done here. He runs on in, and Team Flash punish Furia.
Just like that, the flash in the pan is put out as they clean up. See you later, Furia, but the response back on. Shots coming towards them. 4 Thrives advancing up as well, so we've broken off into this 2-2 fight effectively, Jukes.
This is the perfect scenario for Fourth Thrives. Literally, this is the only way they move up is if those two teams fought each other. They did, and now Fourth Thrives have a beautiful open angle to this side of the map. They got a good couple of hay bales to work with. You gotta watch out though, because I see Raouf there with that MG3. That's the weapon to have here in this situation.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be Raoufless. Absolutely giving it with the heavy artillery if they get in front of him, Jukes. So 4 Thrives want to play this smart. They need to be decisive with the attacks. Right now tucked in, looking for that window of opportunity. Scouting jump spot from Lord, just trying to get a read.
You got Team Flash just holding in the open. Look at that, Tops with the welding gun there, repairing those vehicles just in case. So that way they can possibly set up a little car wall, makeshift coverage here. No terraforming here in AGAL. You got to use what you got. And right now, I think Nigma Galaxy definitely learned their lesson after that last game. Look at them, just single tapping, making sure they conserve onto all that ammunition because they could have definitely won that last one, but just did not have it in the bag.
Every bullet worth its weight in gold right now. Little bit of a tag in the back as well from the pot shots they've taken on the vehicle. Disarm, a quick rotate for 4 Thrives, make it a bit more uncomfortable. It's a good split to at least have hard cover if they go for this rotation through the open. And Furia starting to get some of the same medicine sent their way. You can't hold the wide peak anymore.
Slow things down. That is going to be the name of the game here. Oh, Saath getting picked off from Chief. Nice shots there, catches him underneath the buggy. And yeah, he's 100% getting thirsted here.
That's filthy. It was the angle he was playing for so long, forced off it, goes back out. That Elim will be stolen over by Flash. Guarantee that one. And rip an extra point away from Furia. The play itself was nice, but amounts to naught. Paris getting excited tonight as well. Day one, Jukes, and already it's starting to get a bit of energy in the building. Let's hear it!
Let's get it going, baby! Here we go! Oh, look at that. These guys are looking good here as Nigma Galaxy is gonna try and do their best to stop 4 Thrives in this situation. 4 Thrives looking very, very set up. Team Flash are gonna have that edge side for now, but with Tops getting knocked here, that's gonna make things very difficult for them. Look at this, Nigma Galaxy inching up little by little, using their utility, using that vehicle. Here come the nades now, trying to throw a red zone onto 4 Thrives. 4 Thrives in big trouble. Here come all the nades. Lord gets a knock on the Haizava. You got Falak now having to dodge those nades little by little. IQ in the back line. Now jumping in the buggy, trying to move out into safety here, but Nigma Galaxy keep applying the pressure.
That's over 11 nades thrown, one after another, bombarding down, like you say, the mini red zone forming, keeping it uncomfortable for 4 Thrives, and Coops assists with a big pick to leave them in a risky position. Response back over. Ralph getting hit from the side as well as Flash see their opportunity to try and steal points. The 4 Thrives cannot survive, they go down.
And Nigma Galaxy continue to rocket launch themselves up these leaderboards. 12 eliminations for them. Now you got Team Flash and Furia to deal with. Chief, wow. Okay, no ammunition. Stuck shooting the DVS sniper from long range. I don't know what he's gonna do with that.
It's ambitious, but I respect it.
What else is he gonna do?
Doing whatever they can, Jukes. As the action rages on, UMP from the back hits Flash. Another one goes down. Hey, AG.AL's the only cover you've got to play with here.
This is Nigma Galaxy's game to win. They have the circle here. Nobody is in this zone except for FURIA. And you can see Chief trying to get to that rock, maybe even possibly that crate. But this is going to be a tough rotation because Team Flash are staring exactly at them. But Team Flash, what are you going to do in this spot? You've got no coverage. And Igor with that UMP is just applying so much pressure to them.
Even with the utility they had, though, like you say, the angle just completely cut off. If you want to go for an ambitious push out, so Chief, effectively, he can't do anything unless they get in his face, unless they push towards him. It's not going to happen that way. They're chaining the smokes together, taking a bit of space. If you can somehow prone up, maybe get lucky with what's inside, could be a response here, Jukes.
Let's see, Top's trying to hit those jump nades. Chief gets knocked, and that's going to cut off that angle completely. Down goes Igor. Here we go. Team Flash versus Nigma Galaxy. Team Flash is 7. Nigma Galaxy trying to make some plays. Top gets the lay down real quick, barely dodging those bullets.
I can't believe he survived that. The stand up, sit down, keeping him guessing with the moves. He's able to top himself back up as well. The heals coming in. Rauf paranoid on the peak, looking for the angle. Extends to the left, Jukes barely survives the contact zone coming in quick.
Oh, and now they're forced to run out in the wide open. They got to make some shots, got to have to make some plays. They hit the lay down, but down goes Lord. Tops running in the wide open, but where's Coops? When is he going to hit that shot? It's all up to him.
Coops down on the deck. Rauf moments away from death. Coops getting lit up. And that's Flash hitting it heavy as they come in with a chicken dinner live from Paris.
Here we go, the last AGAL here of day 1. And it's Team Flash getting that victory at the last second. That's one they definitely needed. They were pretty down on the leaderboards. Ooh! You can see the crowd going nuts. Saying, shh, it's our time to shine, baby.
Hey, we're loving the energy, Paris. Let's keep that up. That's what we want to see here. That's what PUBG Mobile World Cup's all about.
Let's get it going. Hey, a great game, though, from Nigma Galaxy. You got to give it up to these guys, putting up some great solid points, especially considering that our leaders ended up going down pretty early here. So you're going to definitely see some movement on these leaderboards.
Man, it's crazy how sick of a day we've already had, Jukes. Some of the storylines, some of the plays, right? It's been getting us enticing, but it feels like it still is a true day 1 where you're never really sure. You never know if there's going to be another twist in the narrative, another squad that might actually have a pop-off run. It's been one of the biggest things about the World Cup every year. Because by the time we get here, that skill level just hits its peak.
And this is the place to be, guys. Honestly, if you're a PUBG Mobile player and you want to feel what it's like to be at the pinnacle of esports, here at EWC is the place to be. I am not even kidding in the slightest. Everybody here is so excited. And now you can feel that tension, though, as it rises little by little. Just a quick reminder, it is going to be Group A tomorrow, right? So we still got 8 matches left to go for this group. We are headed to the desert. 2 more matches left to go. And at the end of this one, we are halfway done with the group of death, Group A. Just a reminder for anybody that could be just tuning in, I don't know why you weren't here on time because this has been a wild show so far. But remember, it is top 5. Top 5 move straight to the finals. Bottom 3 are done. Their keys will be crushed tomorrow. And the rest of those teams are going to have to make it happen in the survival stage. But it ain't over yet. Let's get into match number 5.
Oh yeah, baby. Another plane path on the go. We start to change the scenery, like you said, moving into Miramar. Hopefully should be another exciting game as well. We've seen an exchange of blows from various different squads today, Jukes. It's been kind of hard to predict if it will be a consistent run from a lot of our teams, but known quantities building up their points, and the top 3 right now looking a little bit more defined. It's good to see some of the big squads getting the flex going.
Yeah, now we got Nigma Galaxy pushing their way all up the way to first place, so they are sitting pretty here as we take a look at the most eliminations. Balak still owns that top spot, 13 eliminations. He's busted out a baker's dozen here, but Coops not far behind him there with 10. And now you look as far as when it comes to that damage, Top, he's gonna be on top there with 2,300 with Coops right behind him.
Good to see, man. You got to give that shout out to Balak as well, right? Instantly came in like an inferno, but I think he just hit his stride immediately from game one where the shots were on point. It's the way he's going into these fights as well. He's just handling himself with this almost arrogant-like confidence where it doesn't matter what's around him. He just hits his shots, plays his game, doesn't seem to buckle under the pressure that you know is there. It's a big stage, a lot of excitement. Paris has been getting loud as well. And we've got our zone for this one, Jukes. That's a lot of water, buddy. That's H2O for you.
That is way too much water. We got a crazy shift on the Puerto Payaso. Let's see who's going to be able to make them moves. Can you imagine we get that island finish here?
Oh, don't even.
In Paris? Oh,
don't even.
I should have even said it. I shouldn't have even said it. Like,
drop the Eiffel Tower in, mate.
That's
all we need. Let's get it on brand, Jukes.
That's what I'm talking about. That's that synergy right there. But hey, you know what, teams? Drop it safely here. That's what I like to see, you know, because every time we go into a different map, especially on day one, never know if we're going to reach one of those hot drops here. But hey, take there that look at the bottom left. Go ahead and join that Uzumaki event. That Naruto. Get those skins quick and fast and in a hurry.
Don't get much hotter than that. Maxman's been ranting and raving about them all day. I've not heard him say anything else other than Naruto. So fair play, Max. We know you love it, and you're rightfully so in that opinion. But hey, but you're right on the money. That last game, obviously pretty aggressive on the hot drop, right? Geekay versus GOAT. Didn't really work out too well for GOAT, did it? Moxie barely limped away, tail tucked between his legs, resulted in him falling relatively middle of the game, but gets nothing from it, just the solo. So goodbye to any points being earned on that one. Learn from your mistakes, drop in further up. They're going to keep themselves safe. Nose is clean, at least for the opening drops. James.
Yeah, very safe here. I like to see that here, because right now it's honestly crunch time, especially for, honestly, these teams at the bottom, right? We've been talking about the squads up top, but I mean, what is going on with a team like Thundertalk? Thundertalk Gaming, 15th place, only 12 points on the board. Esports Rejects right next to him. AG.AL in really big trouble with only 10. Honestly, if they really want to extend their tournament life here, now's the time, right? Get a good Miramar game here and now, and that could be just enough to at least extend that tournament just a little bit longer.
You need to give yourself some sort of confidence as well. Like you say, right, getting towards the end of day one here, it starts to sink in the reality of the situation. If you're down those bottom two spots, by the time you get back to the hotel, bud, it's the fear that creeps in. You never want to leave your fate in the hands of another team.
Definitely do not. Huge prize pool here for the group stage by itself. Over $1 million on the line just for this stage. Survival stage is going to have 152,000. But as we get to the finals, that's 1.7 million, man. That's some serious cheddar. And that's what everybody's going to be hunting down right here. Aurora going to be one of those squads for sure. They're sitting pretty in third place. This could be a good game for these top squads, though, to make that gap, right? Just in case tomorrow doesn't go their way fully, at least it'll lock them in position to hopefully make it straight into those finals.
It's where you want to be, the best of the competition. The tournament here only going to get more and more enticing. It's like you say, life-changing money in reality that's on the line there, but it's not only the cheddar, you got the bread on either side. That's a sandwich prize pool.
Oof. And we are in Paris. They got phenomenal bread here.
Hey, but get that up right now, boy.
Let's go. Let's go. Turn up. As we're going to look at Ulf on the move here. They're getting into zone very, very quickly, so they're already in the circle. We're starting to see a lot of teams head on over to Los Leones. We got quite a few teams still far out from the zone. One of them I'm going to be looking at is those teams in my hot seat right now. AG.AL, you're going to be one of them. They're all the way up in La Correria. That's going to be on the complete opposite side of this circle. They got to get moving here pretty quick.
For the pedal to the metal, starts to get a bit of movement on the go. The fan favorite right now here in Paris as well, and a team that's so dominant, it's easy to understand why. 4-5's looking absolutely delicious out there today, Jukes. It's been big plays from the roster, and of course, the one man in Falak that's been really flying the organization's banner high.
Yeah, he's making it happen here, man. Hey, big shout outs to 4Thrives. I mean, they end up winning PMGO Season 1, something that honestly a lot of people didn't predict. Their fans went wild, brought home a global trophy on the side of Pakistan, but now we're going to see Esports Rejects getting into a battle with Geekay, and this is a loss they just can't afford.
Our opening elim of the game then going the way of Ragnarok as he slams down early and gets that first pick hammered through. It's a reject. Probably feeling a bit rejected on that one, but got to give up any space they got. Fragment out.
It's tough, especially considering that they were already in the circle, so losing a player that early is not good. Unfortunate on the side of X-Force Reject, just everything going wrong. But still 3 players up. They could bounce back. We'll see if they're going to be able to do that, as a lot of the teams that were outside of the circle are finally starting to make that great rotation and find their little place in this zone. But where do you think the next zone is going to go, Jackie? Huh? You think we're going to be heading to that water after all?
I wouldn't mind.
Let's do it.
You know what? Play
Why
devil's
not?
advocate, bro. Let's do it. Let's make this as awkward as humanly possible, Jukes.
Let's go. I want to see some swimming action here.
We've already had a bit of treading water today. We'll see if it happens once again. On your point as well, though, man, it's uncomfortable. A squad like Reject, right? We're talking about squads at the bottom of our overall standing right now. They're down there. They're literally trying to keep their heads above water in a sea of points that are being accumulated by the other squads above them. And losing one player, sure, as much as sometimes you can manage the situation early doors like this when you've had a rough run today, that's the difference of you just bottoming out again, having that extra layer, the upset, the sadness mounting on you, Dukes. It gets a bit uncomfortable, bro.
That's for sure. And it's pretty crazy because, yeah, the level of competition here is ridiculous. I'm telling you guys, right before we came up here to start casting these matches, I walked by a lot of these players and I saw their coaches, and pretty heavy conversations. Let's put it that way. You know, I didn't see very much of like, oh, you know, good job, it's okay. No, it was pretty much just like, what are you doing, right? How are we gonna? We cannot afford these mistakes. So the pressure is definitely on here. But we're seeing some great adjustments from some squads, right? Enigma Galaxy lost that game 3 by just so dang close, but ended up having a good bounce back couple of matches, and now they're on top of the leaderboards. But you can't let off the gas pedal just yet. Let's see where that next zone's gonna go, baby. Are we gonna go to the water? No! It goes right back to the mainland. It's gonna be a La Bendita finish. So all these teams on the south side, that's gonna be 4 Thrives. Gonna have to start making their way on up.
Yeah, ignore the coast to get back to the mainland and set your focus on what's yet to come. And like you touched on there, bro, so many small margins that have defined some of our games today. Ammunition economy being a big one there. Big change up from them, though. We heard from the man himself about the setup with the core with the late nades. It was like 12 nades back to back.
Crazy.
That was horrific to be under. You go from thinking, yeah, we could kind of slow this one down, snake it out a little bit. Boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom. That pressure applying. Honestly, you're going to take out 4 Thrives. That's the way to do it, right? Use them, utilize that util as much as you possibly can. Enigma Galaxy, we're not wasting any of it right there. And, you know, speaking of, like, resources, that's the one thing that you really got to make sure I'm pointing out when it comes to Miramar. This is the resource management map. You want to make sure you got plenty of that 5.5, plenty of health kits here, and a nice, fresh vehicle. Because that is going to be the way to win this one. And this is a very typical game now. It's still stage number 2, only 1 player down so far. So this end zone is gonna get hectic.
Everyone lining up to climb over each other. Oh, we say it's quiet, but finally there's a bit of noise. Flash once again playing their card. That's a tag onto Reefus. Instantly get him dropped down on his legs there. Win looking for more, over top angle, good spam, slight tag, but not enough to convert it into a frag on the getaway.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna push this at all. Yeah, you just gotta let Aurora find their way in. Nice little pick off there. Aurora gonna have to do something with 3 players up now. Reefus getting taken out. And that zone, now we're starting to see teams really start flexing and take up as much real estate as they possibly can. But one of the teams that hasn't found a spot just yet is going to be Aurora Gaming. You saw that sign on that building. A beautiful day. Starting to feel a little bit less beautiful, though, as this blue zone starting to creep on it.
Yeah, normally blue skies are a nice sight, mate. Not here.
Yeah, not that one.
No.
No.
That's going to be painful. Nip away at your heels and leave it feeling a bit uncomfortable, like some of the squads that have had a bit of a rough day today. But we'll focus on the better signs of life and see if anyone can build off of this.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what. I have a feeling FURIA are going to do something here. I mean, they're on that western side of the map, right there underneath that La Vendita sign. And the zone ends up going in their direction, so another good sign for them. Let's see how they're going to approach this next circle. As we still got a lot of squads, Aurora being one of them, AG.AL, even Fourth Thrives are going to have to creep their way into this next zone. Going to have to do it pretty carefully. When you get a northern shift like that northern side is usually wide open, so I'm expecting to see some teams kind of hug that circle and trying to find their way up to the top.
Bit of info spotted here as well. Coop's getting the read. That's Flash just up on the higher ridge there. Lord repositioning in the buggy. Needs to get into cover. Not quick enough. Shot straight on target, Jukes, and they're going to follow up with this, it seems. Instant engage off the opening pick. They've got an advantage for the fight. 2-2 split either side. Coop's got a bail. Should be a free flush on Lord. Aurora on the road as well. This could get pretty spicy.
Woo! Flash, being true to their name, they're not wasting no time. They're moving quick here. And now Win is knocked. Bo's going to be able to try to find an angle to get him rezzed. But Aurora Gaming, oh, look at that. Top and Doc are now down as Gaming Stars are putting in that work. Both these teams just kind of driving around, trying to find safety anywhere they can get it.
Hey, far back as well. That's Scarface from Ulf getting the line up with the bolt action. Quick with the car. Hits that, snipes one down, and Aurora absolutely wiped off the battleground. Mopped up like a spilled drink, but that was quick.
Oh, that was way too quick. Gotta pick that up here as Falak now with the shotgun. Trying to get the knock here. Tops is in big trouble. He's down to 1 HP, but Bo's able to get that support. IQ, though, gets his revenge as well, and the instant thirst. Falak is in a safe position for now. T24 gonna throw out those smokes and try to pick up their main fragger quick, fast, and in a hurry.
It's good to see from IQ. Big brains, but bigger brawn being played with on that one with the quick shots back over to buy time for them to reset off the engagement. Similar scenario for Win here on Flash. See if they can get him recovered and live to fight on from it. All kicked off an awkward engagement, really, right?
Yeah, just like that. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. It's just like any little slight mistake, it's going to get punished. And now Aurora's gone. Team Flash are down to just one. Actually, nope, that is it. Gone in a Flash, and that's two of our top squads. That's it. Second, fourth place are out. Huge opportunity, especially for a team like Fourth Thrives to put themselves back at the top of the leaderboards and see if they can do it, though. As X-Force rejects, that's a team that definitely needs some points. Shiva's got that mini, and hopefully try to use it to steal away some eliminations. As we head into our next circle, it's going to go on up to the north.
Shifting on through, GOAT team potentially going to be showing us something to work with as well as this action's been building. And that mini 14 might make a play a little bit later as well, bro. Make that look like a major 14 from the lineup and start to snipe down onto him. Had a read from the angle, but doesn't play his card. And you can see everyone starting to usher their way forward as well. OG trying to catch whiff of the drive-by reverb from Reject on the move. They're already set up with some safety to play with, so just scanning the periphery right now.
Take your time, take your time. Try to catch some of these players out. Devil's wide out in the open here. That vehicle is smoking. It's on fire now. One more shot's gonna do it. Devil surviving. Barely there as that vehicle just exploded. But he should be able to run and get to safety inside that shack with his teammate. Good old reverb.
Suppose it makes sense, man. Devil playing with fire there. Able to withstand the heat. Get himself tucked back in with his teammate. Counting his blessings on that one.
Yeah, barely able to make it out there. Extend that game just a little bit longer here. Moving on over, we're going to see Enigma Galaxy here. All right, there we go. They're going to be holding this ridgeline for now. Geekay trying to catch AG.AL on the top of this hillside. Nice nades, applying some more shots there. Ooh, nice turn from Easy, but not able to get the flush. Shots ringing out back and forth players from all over the place getting knocked here. Ragnarok gonna have to make a play here on Flower Age, though.
It's got to be huge from him. Looked like Bad Boy had the read with the quick flick, but wasn't fast enough to make him sit down. Ragnarok, 2 squads to deal with. Knows his teammates' days are numbered. Got to cut his losses on saving them, but look to at least build and survive himself. Tucks further back. Limited cover to play with. Flower H flushing out back onto Bad Boy as well. The DRX opt to just cut their losses. They're not going to overcommit to it. They had a look in, but they play for a better setup rather than forcing the issue. Ragnarok might be able to get 1 save in here. At least a duo, Jukes.
Man, he definitely took his time here. I would have liked to see him kind of just make that push and just try to make a play, but instead, he waited, sacrificed one of his teammates, gets the res, and now they're on the move. But for how long, right? This next zone, oh, that's how long. That was pretty quick.
Yeah, it was like a few seconds at most, mate.
I think I couldn't even count. It was done. Oh, Saath though, and he's gone. That happened again.
It's unlucky. It's unlucky.
It is what it is.
Way he goes as Geekay crumble on that one. Look to reply. Fair play, man. You know, he had a mindset to it. Cut your losses, run off as a solo. Conversion rate probably not great, right? So he at least attempts to reset. Like you say, blink and you miss it, though. Forget about it.
Oh, out of there. Hey, 4 thrives are up, though. They're still in the mix here. Got themselves a nice little valley. They're big chilling right now, just playing it nice and quiet. That's what it's all about. You know, when you get a position like this, the best of the best, this is how they do it. You got to have that aggression and passiveness, like a light switch, right? The second you know when it's time to get going, boom, the whole 4 on the move immediately. And let's see if they're going to do that now as this next zone is about to pop. Where are we going? We're going dead center. We're going down south. Hey, dead center right here. So yeah, 4 thrives are going to have a great strategy here. You know what that is? Do nothing, dude. Just stay right there for now.
Just sitting pretty.
Yep.
And they've been making it look good. It's been pretty beautiful the way it's gone so far. TT in the background as well, not looking great there. Unideal rotation, mate. Yeah, it's been a bit uncomfortable, really, Jukes.
Super unfortunate. Yeah, they're down a player, but they're in 15th place, 13 points. That ain't going to cut it. And honestly, like, yeah, a lot of teams at a certain point, they're just like, hey, let's just make it to the survival stage. But that just pushes your tournament life only 2 more days. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that survival stage is going to be rough. So with so many games left, hey, start making something happen. Try to sneak one of those top 5 positions, because that's going to guarantee you to the big show.
You got to build that pathway there. Like the tagline says, nothing is granted for Falak, though. That's an instant connection over. Moxie revealing his card as well from GOAT team there. Finally, a little bit of excitement from GOAT. Been a very quiet game from them. They might be tested as the compound crash comes in swiftly. Thundertalk's getting silent, hitting him with a shush as Foopsman delivers again. Swift moves with a rifle up close. Switches to the secondary and makes it look simple. Looking for the pickup play as well, Jukes, as Thundertalk are out again.
Yeah, kind of a crazy push there, just getting punished instantly. But GOAT said, hey, we'll take those all day long. We need all the eliminations that we can get. Now we're going to see Force just trying to apply a little bit of pressure there onto AG.AL. RRQ near the broken plane are now outside of this circle. Yeah, they're getting picked off little by FURIA.
Gaming Star with the overlook in the rear as well. So many free bits of information being provided between these teams that are scrapping right now. They're looking for the lineup with the nades down onto Raouf. It's good sideline angles. Stereo chucks from those nades. Angle exposed. Good connection. That's Raouf knocked.
Here we go. Things starting to heat up here as you got Coops now on the move. Looking to get in the action. But FURIA, they need all these eliminations. Silence, he's got that DBS. He's waiting for that push-up. Trying to avoid some of these nades, so he might catch this player off guard. He does. Nice little pre-shot, but gets turned on. And RQ now getting shot on the other side of Nigma Galaxy. Nigma Galaxy said, we'll take these points all day long. As now, they're going to be on the third party here. AGAL trying to slow him down. Oh, the run over, not going to happen. As AGAL switching to the mini. Getting it done. Now it's up to saath here, throwing out the mollies. They don't connect. Oh, what a stiff arm on the side of FURIA.
Oh, try as he might to withstand and keep on fighting. Finally buckles on that one. We came into this saying it looks like it's more defined now with some of our top squads, but one by one, they've been removed from the equation. FURIA getting lit up as well with the push from AL as they take space off them, Jukes.
There we go. AL need to start making something happen here, and they do, but it is going to be Gaming Star stealing away some of those eliminations. AL really needed every single one of them. They only get one so far, and they are all the way at the bottom of the leaderboard. So AL, you cannot hesitate. We talk about that light switch, right? Flip that aggression on. You got to do it just a little bit faster.
Now, as much as it's been quiet from their POV with Ulf, you've seen them starting to show up in the elim feed with those shots from distance. They've been pretty good with some of the connections they've had off the DMRs to steal away points in amongst the commotion from other squads. We get their full POV there as they start to advance, get a bit of a read on things. KRX, they've been playing more of a quiet, passive rotate. They've had a lot of opportunities where they could have fought Jukes, but they've been thinking about the end game.
Yeah, and they're thinking about those leaderboards right now, right? You got Enigma Galaxy out, you got Team Flash out. Putting some points on the board here is critical, especially when you got 4 Thrives still in the mix here with all 4 up. But yeah, look at that. 4 Thrives, Fallock getting a knock onto Aaron with that nade. Definitely want to go take a look at that one there, as the zone is starting to close. Ooh, bounce nade just a little bit too short. So it looks like Wolf will be able to get that reset, so very fortunate for them. But 4 Thrives now know exactly where they're at.
Keeping them guessing at least with the moves. Decent amount of awkward cover to play with, so it's hard to get those clean connections off. If the fight breaks out from the squads in front with OG and 4 Thrives, you could attempt to move up on it. Limited utility, though, it seems, between the players right now. One nade in the hands for Scarface. Smoke going to go up so they can close the gap somewhat. Rifles in play, shots on Scarface. Taking a decent amount of damage off it. And he get that one on target. Woo! It's ACOP up top. Smooth shots over. Low on health here, Jukes. Meanwhile, T24 and 4 Thrives as a roster actually shutting down Gaming Stars that were encroaching in. It's all starting to bubble up, Jukes.
Hey, 4 Thrives say, hey, you know what? It's time to pop up and get in the mix here. They're going to get into the action as Orangutan. You're going to need to hit these nades, and they do get one. Let's see what WizGod could do. Going to have to make some shots outside these windows. Oh, never mind. Jumps out the door. Oh, but just a little bit too late. Gets turned around. And now Ulfer on the push, trying to soak up as many eliminations as they can. Meanwhile, 4 Thrives, just looking like a lion in the jungle, ready to strike.
Clawing through the competition with ease. Once again, Falak comes out swinging. Heavy is the hand of Falak as he starts to slap his way through the competition here. Rotate back over, set their attention on Orangutan and Ulf and see if they can third party onto this awkward encounter. Nades being primed. Top floor control there with a DBS watching the runner, but it's the nade they didn't expect. Blows them away from the back.
4 Thrives, stealing away those points. A cop, though, does get that knock on the Falak. That's going to buy them a little bit of time here. Huzaifa is right up and goes first with that nade. He gets Scarface looking for a little bit more. The blue zone starting to close in just a minute here, and 4 Thrives are dominating this building. Ulf, OG are completely stuck.
Trapped in position and panicking as Huzaifa goes absolutely ballistic on the cleanup. Shuts down Ulf, rips them away from any potential plays and looks to do more single-handedly. This is scary now, Jukes. Orangutan trapped still. Finally on the peek out. That's a knockback. Alula with the third party from the top.
Ah, that angle that was so dominant. Quick finally crests that hill and makes 4 Thrives just slow down just a little bit. They still have 2 players up, 8 eliminations though. That's gonna put them into second place. Only a few points away from that top spot. AL, this is their chance, right? To get out the bottom of the leaderboards and extend their tournament life. They got 4 points. They've had a rough day so far. Now's the time to make it happen. Do not play this passively, AL. You gotta get as many eliminations and win this game here and now.
Got to trust in the source, Jigs. They're bringing it. It's been good so far. But how long does it last? OG suffering heavy casualties as well. The shots are on point. Goodbye, good night. ACOP the only one left in the rear. And that's the Foops, man, and GOAT team starting to build on this one as well. You got to be scared of the GOATs, Jukes. They bite.
Making it happen. Force getting another shot on the leaderboards there. And that is Orangutan out and eliminated. We got 4 teams remaining here. 4 Thrives, KRX, GOAT, and AGAL. Let's see what 4 Thrives could do with their duo. IQ, man, that buggy is in big trouble. So right now, just hugging the circle, driving around, trying to get a little bit more intel, figure out what is going to be the plan here. Oh, running into that tree definitely wasn't a part of the plan, I'll tell you that right now. But he does get away with it. Nades are starting to ring on out. He knows exactly where GOAT is. Yeah, he's got to have to move to safety here because they're going to start shooting that buggy if he ain't careful.
This is vintage GOAT with how they're playing it. The 2-2 setup early with Moxie and Force advancing, but they switch it up. Call for the rotate. Killer Joe takes the fight straight to T24 and punishes with 4 Thrives falling to the might of the GOAT once again. Sight dialed in back over to where KRX are set up. 11 elims already, Jukes.
Ooh, they're looking good. You know, GOAT wants this win. They want to put themselves in the top 5 right here and now. They might just do it here. Meanwhile, you got KRX. They were sitting, what, in 4th place a little earlier, so they're looking pretty, but not for long. They got no more vehicles. There's nothing but open field right in front of them. I would like to see them get a little bit more aggressive here. You have the numbers, right? Start spreading your wings a little bit. Don't allow GOAT to catch you on the back foot.
A brief moment, a respite falling across the battleground. Trusting Foops for the push-up. Trying to get a read on it. No easy angle for Alula to peek back over onto him as well. Fear of the backline tag. Force good for the lineup. Few bullets on target, Jukes, just damage.
Hey, you guys know all about Coops, but what do you know about Foops, man? I'll tell you what. That's a man right there. Let's see what he can do. Force 77. Trying to catch some hit markers all the way from downtown, and this is what I'm talking about. AGAL have been playing it very passively here. That's letting GOAT spread their wings little here. Maybe press down as KRX, yeah, just stuck wide in the open. All eyes are on them. Super tough. GOAT just punishing them.
Alula trying to steal the points from the downs that are coming over from GOAT team onto KRX and at least get something extra from this one.
Nice shot.
Decent shot. It's clean. Force with a push-up as well. Quick. I don't think he's going to be fast enough to win out on a duel like this. Good reset from Killer Joe as well. If Hooksy peaks, his days should be numbered. Dominant from Killer Joe as the elims are being racked up, and GOAT looking to blow their way to another chicken dinner on this one.
It's looking good here. First Miramar looked like it might just go on over to GOAT. Quick goes down. That's that front line eliminated. And now Killer Joe's gonna have to make a play here. Claws goes down. It's all up to Rev. Killer Joe gets it done, and that is GOAT team with another chicken dinner, and this one was a big one.
GOAT team delivering again on the big stage. A ton of talent, a powerful roster. And it seems like even with the changes, it's starting to fall into place the way they play off each other. This added element of aggression from Killer Joe, who lives up to his name time and time again. Sick to see, Jukes. It's sick to see.
Yes, it is. You can take a look at their jerseys. You can see what it says right on the front of it. The great of all time. That's what they want to be. That's what they're trying to etch their name in PUBG Mobile history. This is how you do it right here, folks. When you see that opportunity to get that win, you got to do it, and you got to do it with some serious points, and that's how you get it done.
They didn't believe me, Jukes. It's a GOAT team going to be coming out swinging. James looked at me, he smirked.
He smirked.
I said, I tell you what, mate, GOAT team going to be giving it. And they're bleating right now.
Oh, let's go, GOAT. You can see the crowd. See Coops. I remember I talked to Raouf after PMGO Season 1 when Coops wasn't there, and I was like, hey, whose fault is it? He's like, Coops, 100%, you know what? But hey, maybe it's his time to shine here in the rest of these squads as we get into the final match of day number 1.
The biggest and brightest, we saved the best till last, and it is going to be an absolute blast here for everyone live in the arena in Paris, France. For the viewers at home, strap in, get a seatbelt attached to your chair, or else you may be blown straight out of it.
Let's get it going here. We got a nice southern play path headed right up to the north. Unfortunately, El Bolso is not going to be within range. So these teams are going to be having to head out early onto the eastern side of the map here. But yeah, once this match is over, we got 6 more games left to go. 3 keys are getting crushed tomorrow. And not just keys, dreams as well, right? Of trying to be the Esports World Cup champions.
Hopes, dreams, everything you've been working for throughout the season, really, this year as well, Jukes, right? And then imagine, you put all those blood, sweat and tears on the line. You get here to Paris, it goes wrong off the back of 2 days. And you got to stare at Barney, crushing your keys. Oh, bud, what a nightmare.
He's good at that. He's good at that, too.
He always sort of, he G's you up and makes you feel good about it, but you've lost.
But you lost.
You've lost, Jukes. It's the worst case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to go home here and now. There's still so much prize pool left to be had and history left to be made here. So we got the plane path, we got the circle, and it looks like we're going to be heading in a similar position as we saw in the last game, right? Los Leones in play, La Bendita in play as well. But no hot drops once again. Tomorrow, as we get into the day after tomorrow, is going to be interesting because we heard there from the Rebels that there is a possibility he is going to see some hot drops. But hey, even one of the best is like, let's avoid them, right? I think you guys can drop, take your side of the loot, but let us get out of here. We'll fight you later on.
Yeah, I think the sheer size and scope of the competition here, right, it's one of those where if we were going for like a Maxman insight, it'd be a matter of it's just pointless. The risk versus reward is so low, just play your own game, right? Then you've got someone like me where I'm saying, yeah, but it is kind of fun, though.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, that's for sure.
But yeah, you're right. Strategy-wise, you probably avoid that.
Yeah, pretty much at all costs. I mean, your chances of getting all 4 eliminations without losing a single player are just so low, and 99% of the time it happens, it's putting you so far behind rotationally. So even if you do get those eliminations, you're late to circle, and you end up with 5 points instead of a possible, like, 20-point game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just, it's really, really difficult to deal with.
And that's factoring in everyone actually survives as well, right?
Yeah.
You lose one player, it's just such a cutthroat response now. It makes it so much easier for the conversions. This level of play as well, right? The drills are so much cleaner. You see a 3-man team, you're just thinking, oh, this is a field day. One less player, yeah, let's just clean it up. Push together, outnumber them, get the trade, easy pickings.
That's what it's all about here. Let's take a look here at the leaderboards, all right? We got GOAT in first place now with 47 points. Looking really good. 4 Thrives right behind him here. Man, this top 5 is pretty dang close. Only 10-point difference so far. So for these top 3 squads, make a top 4. This is their opportunity to make a little bit of a point gap for tomorrow. And for the rest of the lobby, they need to clutch this one up here and now. But it's already starting to feel like it's going to be a pretty close group here.
I think so, man, especially with some of the results we got out of that prior game, right, where we hit sort of around sort of the 9-minute mark. We had that awkward encounter on the road with the Aurora drive-by. That resulted in like 3 teams being absolutely crippled for a good late-game finish from the amount of eliminations they suffered. Then everyone else just starts to lick their wounds and really play slow. Just didn't work. And you come into a lobby like this now with what we've seen, right? That strategic, slower approach that's been working from GOAT. Honestly, I think their defaults have been really clean. Like the mechanical approach from it, it's good rotations. The comms have been clean to allow them to set up. And once again, they want to later wrap in where they will just happily sit in the blue, loot up, look for an end game. It's where they're at their best. I won't lie. Early game, it does look a bit shaky. But they get to a late game circle, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they can just play it just a little bit conservatively and make sure they can reach to that late game. I mean, we could definitely see some great things from GOAT. Absolutely. Right now, everybody just playing a little bit of game keep away, just trying to get looted up and set it up for the end game here. Aurora, a little bit of a dry spell here in the past couple of games. They still have some great points on the board. One good game here could definitely set them up. But some other teams I think I would really like to see a good performance here. Going to be all those squads in that 9th, pretty much on down position. This is a good opportunity for them to go into tomorrow with a lot more confidence. Out of all those names on the list, I'm looking at FURIA, right? I mean, this is a Brazilian squad, tons of potential. They got a phenomenal coach in Coach Knight, and we know what they can do. It's just been taking them a little long here to get started. So with this kind of lobby and only so many games left, you can't really let off the pedal this quickly. You got to start putting that pedal to the metal.
Yeah, this is the sort of match where you need a big finish for the end of the day. Leave yourself in a better mindset when they get back to the sort of prac room or the hotel as well, right? They can unpack the bag, but obviously much easier if there is some good benefit to speak about. Some moments they can look on fondly and say, look, we were already adapting and fixing things as the day went on. Let's refine that going into day 2. If once again it kind of blows up in their face, then yeah, those conversations are a lot more awkward and probably not as productive. Like you say, it's kind of similar, at least, as this has gone on for Aurora. A very talented squad, individuals that can absolutely lamp other players out of the battleground if given a fair fight. But some awkward moments. I'm also kind of impressed by the fact that although it's not been the best day overall in terms of the point game for Gaming Star, the way they've been able to just ruin some good squads' lives, they're just stealing the odd player here and there. And those eliminations have been really bad for our top teams.
It's like they have just been pestering these teams, right? Like you see a squad that just looks so good, like, oh, look, and then just, boom, all of a sudden you see random knock from Gaming Star. Like you see their name always in these critical fights. You know, they're down in 14th place. So they need to get that big win. You know, I just want to see them, instead of just kind of going for those steal plays all the time, try to find that end game. That's where you're going to put up those serious points. And a team that is definitely serious here in this one is FURIA, man. Great start for our PMGO Season 1 champs here. Looking to get another title underneath their belt. And man, I'll tell you what, if FURIA win this one, ooh, that's gonna put them. In the history books at this point.
It'd be unbelievable, dudes. The result would seem so much just for the players, the organization, but the nation as well, with the amount of excitement.
Oh yeah.
It's the fact even here, live in France, right? We've heard some of that energy building up. Fatlax popping off. It starts to get loud in here.
Oof, man, I'll tell you what, even my DMs are blowing up. Like, hey, have you met FURIA yet? Have you seen them yet? You know, I'm like, yeah, I've seen them, man.
I got the jersey, yeah, don't worry.
I talked to them. These guys are always such kind folks, and a great set of people, great team overall. And I got a lot of high hopes for that squad, as well as so many others, man. I mean, it's great to see, like I mentioned earlier, just how well this whole lobby has developed here over time. But now I think it's time to maybe even add GOAT to that list, because GOAT could be that new rising star team that is looking to etch their name in the history books. Next zone, about to go on up. Very, very quiet start here. You could definitely see that these teams are not going to be dealing with any kind of fatigue here, as they know that they got to play hard up until the last second. And with a Southern shift like this, that's going to make this brutal.
We've gone from what will be a very quiet start to, you imagine, quite an explosive back-to-back connection of engagements on the rotation here now then. Looking far worse for wear with some of our teams. FURIA's already in a good position from where they were pre-zone shift, and they can try and get set up with a good compound to play with. You're going to have FURIA and Aurora coming in to link up as well. The mass migration of squads that are all condensing in. And honestly, mate, this works out in a weird way for GOAT, because they love those late wraps into the zone. They're happy to sit in the blue outside of circle for as long as they can.
Yeah, I mean, other teams were set up pretty, but now they're having, everybody's going to have to move with this zone. Yeah, FURIA, silence! The tire has been popped, and there's nothing you could do. That's FURIA. You can hear the crowd starting to pop off the second they saw that elimination. But guys, again, that is what you got to do. If you see a buggy, aim for the tires. You hit the right one of those front ones, boom, that vehicle's spinning out.
Not the kind of donut you want at an event like this, mate. Big play there to open it up from them. The first elim goes the way of IQ as FURIA do open it up with a nice initial pick onto Silence. Dive out through the window. The mantle giving free time to damage here from FURIA again, Jukes. Peaks clean as well. Trader blows, looking for the follow-up off the nade. Barely bursts outside the window.
Man, these peaks back and forth are insane there. Flock getting some good damage onto Chief, but Chief getting a couple shots in return. It's both these teams just peppering each other little by little. But this is honestly a good place for them where they can both just share it out for a little while, you know? Like, you got a good central position. Take your time. Don't put yourself in a compromising spot to lose a player early. And just wait for that end game. Now, looking at the circle, Jackie, quick question. What do you see, right? Anything interesting?
You're looking at these late rotations, mate, from the boys at the back there, coming in playing a very slow game from what has otherwise been a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, Enigma Galaxy all the way in Montenuevo. Wow, so they are coming in super late here. A little bit of a different strategy than we saw before. Let's see how they're going to be able to handle that one, because this zone is already jam-packed. It is Los Leones. There's a lot of places you can hide. But we might get that nice urban finish. At least that's what it's looking like so far.
Kind of mirrored on either side here as well. You got the coastline wrap in, right? Killer Joe and Foops that have been pretty good as an aggressive duo. With Force and Moxie playing this backline assault. If they run into RRQ, could be an opportunity to take the fight to them. Aurora, if they can set up as well, mate, chances that they're just going to have clashes ushered towards them. But Jukes, that's the shift.
Are you kidding me? And that's the perfect shift for a team like GOAT, because they were already on the rotation, and now they have an open path into this next zone. It's not going to be like that for when it comes to the side of Enigma Galaxy. They're a little bit late to the party here, so they're going to have to fight their way in. That's for sure, because there's not a lot of spots left at this zone. It is jam-packed. Meanwhile, Flash trying to get on the rotation. They get popped out their vehicles. That's Bose and Zeus out of the game. Geekay, they'll take those points all day long.
Geekay been good for the occasional duel here in close combat. Tops just looking to try and cut his losses. Heads out the way of TTG, though. That's going to be fun to talk. Looking to see if they can light him up. Takes a bit of damage, it seems, from what we caught there on the map side. AJ looking for the response on it. Whip lucky to even be alive here. Very low on HP from that. And Doc taking the fight to T24. That's 4 Thrives getting lit up.
They are a player knocked. I believe they should have been in some building, so they should be able to get that res here. Let's see what happens, though. Teams just not, and all these squads, I'll tell you what, with so much on the line, there are no little slight peaceful contracts. Sometimes you have some teams that are dead center that just say, hey, you guys look that way, we'll look this way, and fight each other later on. But no, these guys do not like sharing any real estate nearby. Enigma Galaxy, yeah, again, late in the zone. They're going to have to eat a little bit of blue damage here, scout things out, move up just little by little.
It feels like they've just been kind of hunting, right? Tracking OG's rotates and looking to make sure they never reveal themselves until they're in a position to actually build off the back of playing that card with how slow they've opted to approach this one. Thinking about late game, thinking about placements and elims on it. And not wanting to risk faltering early. Killer Joe with a bit of a scouting play, slightly further advanced. You got that close grouping from AG.AL and Aurora, just trying to get the read on that from the elevation. Meanwhile here, Gaming Star and FURIA, Ulf up on the ridge side. Let's see if they can do it again, but Gaming Star do seem to just throw spanners in the works for some of our top teams.
They're getting involved in so many of these random fights here. Just haven't been able to last as a full squad and get like a really true engagement, but they're finding these little cheeky angles and just making it so difficult on the rest of these teams here. They are sitting in that cutoff position right there in 14th place. You can see that down on the bottom right. Top 3 at the end of tomorrow are eliminated. Their keys, their dreams are going to get crushed. So we'll have to see a team like Gaming Star make it happen here and now. Enigma Galaxy, yeah, still pushing in this blue zone. Wondering where this next zone is going to pop. A little bit more of a central zone here, so nothing crazy. We're going to have to see teams scramble to this next circle. And after that pop, Coops is like, all right, time to go. Let's get into this next zone and find our spot.
In the meantime, KRX as well, getting their sights honed in. One shot back over, getting the initial knock onto TTG. So Thunder Talks losing Zing so far. Awake looking on the periphery to see where this is coming from as Hooksy hard commits onto it, gets the flush, and another elim point going their way. They're first on the board for this last game here on day 1 of the competition.
Undertalk in last place. Just they ended up finding at least a spot of coverage in this zone. They're pretty dead center here, so this is their time to shine here. And there's Gaming Stars, right? Catching AGAL there. Rolex 20 gonna be busting out that nade. Let's see if either of these teams are gonna get one. Oh, yeah, he saw that one coming. Said back it up. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. I'd like to see Gaming Stars maybe group up a little bit more here, as they are very, very split, especially for a team currently in 14th place. Meanwhile, though, FURIA, you got AGAL just holding this warehouse all by himself for now. The rest of his team's gone. Yeah, Chief, Igor are already dead center, so it's literally just AGAL against the world there.
Meanwhile, this is what's been setting up over on the ridge side. It's RRQ up close towards Go. Oh, Force as he set up for it. He's got support from Killer Joe in the back line. Diving out of the vehicle, but he takes the fight straight to them. DBS doing blitz as he commits with a headshot. RRQ gonna rage quit from that one as he claps back instantaneously. And Force still tracking him down as well. They look to try and take the peak back over. SMG play gets paid off that one. Go gonna lose a man.
He did not expect the push that quickly. The rest of GOAT, unfortunately, not able to support him in time. Now they're hearing this engagement, though. That is a nice nade. That one definitely stung. Moxie said, I got one more for you. I got one more for Force. And now Boops Man is in the mix, looking to punish RRQ for taking out their teammate. But you're going to have to do it the hard way here, because RRQ, they got the smokes up, they got the support, and the same exact play, but shut down from a nade of Killer Joe.
Low on HP though, Fuchs can't afford to make another mistake, needs backup from the boys to save their bacon here. Killer Joe looking for the close quarters engagement. That's the spam on the first, take the confirmation with a backup of Moxie, locks inside the smoke, but they deal with it, Jukes.
And that is GOAT on the move once again. 4 eliminations here. That's going to put a little bit more points on that leaderboard. Puts them up to 51. They did lose one player in the process. But when you're on top of the leaderboards, man, that gives you a lot more breathing room to do what you got to do. But, man, we got pretty much a true Los Leones finish here. This is going to be interesting. We're going into the last second.
Urban combat embodied, bud. It's going to be a very different encounter from what we've seen on some of our final fights throughout today. Lula as well. Losing another man there as Gaming Star once again takes shots over, getting the confirmation off with a Mini 14. Bit of a knock back onto him as well. Looks like Maniac should be able to reset that one with Rolex deep in the back line towards the very split setup from FURIA. Oh, and he goes down.
Oh, yeah. So Gaming Star are going to lose one. They're going to have 3 on the edge of the circle. GOAT team are going to have to start pushing on in. Everybody else is already in this zone, so don't expect a crazy amount of movement here. I think we're going to see a lot of teams just kind of turtle up for a little bit longer. But yeah, every time you have a Los Leones finish here, there's so much cover that I am not going to be shocked that we see this literally go until the final seconds of that Zone 9.
Got the coach cam POV there as well for Geekay.
He's watching. Now he's looking at the camera.
Those eyes dialed in, hoping the squad will be able to deliver once again here. 2 elims racked up so far, Duke. Still alive and standing with all 4 members as well. Had a great start to the day. What's their finish going to be like?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question. And you can see right now, looking at the leaderboards, we got a few squads that have done very well today. And the mid pack can still bounce up here and now. So it's anybody's game here, folks. After this game, we'll have 6 more matches tomorrow. That's going to be it for Group A. But we ain't there yet. We still got this game left to go. So I am not surprised that we're seeing a lot of teams play this very calculated, very deliberate. Nothing fancy here in the last game, right? Don't make any kind of crazy pushes where you're going to get yourself third-partied. Just get some good coverage. You know, look out with that 3 peak. If you can see an easy knock and finish, go for it. Other than that, just play it safe.
No reason to run unnecessary risks, but for Moxie, he might not have a choice in that matter. That's Flash finding the weakened knee. Back up being called for, Jeeks, but it's a little bit late on a rotate, so Mox is done for. Killer Joe peeks up top side. Good shots onto a win, changing his name to defeat off the back of that one with the headshot delivering. And Tops all that's left. 1v2 versus the GOAT crew.
And he is on the run now. Yeah, he said, you know what, I don't know if I want any of this. He hops in that buggy, and he's going to be looking for some random spot in this next zone to hopefully extend his tournament life just a little bit longer for his team.
That's Aurora again playing their card. Quick from Alula, getting hit heavy. And Tops actually caught to give away a 3-point over to Enigma there, as they will hit that one on the drive-by. So getting themselves a cheeky elim on the board. Seeing if they can start to build off the back of that. They've been given a lot of space since they got into the zone. It was a slow rotate, but they've been sitting pretty. And at some point, OG might contest up towards them. We see the zone condense in. It could change things. Flower H with a good elevated angle as well towards the window side for AG.AL.
Here we go, though. 10 seconds left on the clock. And we're going to find out where this next zone goes. And when that happens, we are definitely going to see some eliminations. So let's just see. Will it go up to that north and have so much coverage? It goes dead center. All right. I can feel a shift in the air of this room, as now we got quite a few teams are going to have to make the move. You got X-Force, Projects, KRX, Ulf, Gaming Stars, even AL.ULA going to have to start making a push into the zone. Meanwhile, Aurora sitting in a great spot. Ulf with the golden Murado, trying to find a place of safety, and Aaron gets popped off by T24.
That's 4 Fribes coming alive again from the back. Leaning in through the window, whilst Aurora take the full frontal assault, but Chief claps straight back instantly and domes him out on the stairwell. IQ, eyes lighting up as him and Valak are able to take shots over towards Gaming Stars. So 4 Fribes starting to get into the groove of things now. 4 elims to their name, but the difference is, Jukes, that's still a full 4 squad here in Kicking.
That is right. 4 points on the board for 4 Thrives. Yeah, it's starting to feel like victory for them as they are getting into this end game, playing it very, very carefully. Now, 2-minute warning. My prediction, we're going to see a whole lot of nada for 2 minutes, but then once that zone pops, woo, things are going to really pop off. It's that planning phase right now, right? Now's the time to tell your team, all right, zone goes here, we're going in that direction. And, oh, man, AL.ULA running out the building there. That you can't do that.
The Kadir City grid started to get loud as we can hear the crowd giving their energy over towards 4 Fribes. You can see them getting excited, and they did deliver from the peak they took onto AL.ULA. Hit some nice shots from quite far away. Aurora's POV currently maintaining overlook on this encounter between OG and Enigma on the other side of things. It's a decent position, Jukes. You expose yourself, they could get some quick shots off, and we know they're good from range.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes the best defense is a good offense, right? If you're able to shoot at them first, you're going to be just okay. And it looks like Falak is looking to do just that. Oh my, they almost 1-2-3'd him right there. You can just see that they were like, all right, 1, 2, 3, and Top is going to be the one to get that elimination. 2 for the side of Aurora. They have their whole squad up. And this is where they really play their best with some good high ground. They are going to make something happen. And they know that there's a player in that warehouse.
I've had a read on Quick for quite some time. He's just trying to stay alive. Keep out of trouble for as long as possible. Let the other squads take themselves out of the competition. If he can try and rat a bit of a later game finish on it. Meanwhile, Hooksy taking the shots back over to TTG. Reject Shiva finding an angle onto him though. It's a KRX. At least suffering casualties. Hang on a minute though. That's Aurora getting spotted out by 4 Fribes. Both of those high ground angles in play, and they're starting to engage upon one another.
Yeah, they know this next zone is going to make things interesting. So if they can get a couple of knocks to kind of buy them some time here in case that zone hard shifts away, that is going to be huge. So yeah, you can see Aurora Gaming out in the open now, trying to find some angles onto either Quick or 4 Thrives. But with this zone shift, now 4 Thrives and Aurora are no longer in this circle. They got to get moving.
The position that's done so much for them has to be conceded, and everyone else is scrapping down on the ground floor. KRX up close on the reject, kick them out. They're the new landlords of the compound. But can Baby make the payment in time? Looking for the push out with a nade here, wants to cook it to perfection. Duke's timing not going to work for him.
Fortunately, didn't calculate that interest just right. And now, Benny said, how about some of that? Ooh, that one definitely was a warning sign. Let's see what KRX could do, though. Sitting in 4th place right now, in a good position, looking to definitely add to that. But X-Force reject. It's Baby all by himself trying to make something happen.
Hey, man, this is 4 Fribes as well, dealing with an outside encounter just adjacent to the zone, with FURIA taking the fight to them, but FURIA being dethroned. 4 Fribes, 7 elims.
Woo! They are turning things up here. We saw them start the tournament so strong, and they're looking to end it in the same exact fashion. Aurora looking to make some noise here in this game as well, though. Rocking a big split. Doc up on top of that building is going to have to make something happen. There goes Killer Joe as Enigma Galaxy. They're going to take that. GOAT team are eliminated.
They had a good run today, but it's 4 Fribes that are still going, still fighting, and it seems like they're confident to attempt to push up, possibly collapse round onto Reject and KRX here as this one develops, Dukes.
Oh, full lock getting shot in the back, though, by Baby. That's going to hurt. T24 now, and going to have to make a play, but Baby gets eliminated. That's now 8 on the side of 4 Thrives. They'll take that all day long.
Falak down and out. The 3 fingers on one hand remaining here for 4 Fribes. KRX, they've got a read on the situation, but can't force the issue quickly enough to build or capitalize off the weakened players. They heal themselves up. Meanwhile, you can see this close grouping. Aurora, OG, Ulf, and Enigma Galaxy all on top of one another with pot shots being fired out.
Here we go. The nades are starting to ring out. Satan's going to try to get this connection here onto OG. Ooh, Satan gets shot in the back. Going to have to go down with his teammate. Coops gets eliminated and thirsted. It's going to be all about the utility here. Oh my gosh, a little bit of a rainbow shot there from Satan. That nade looks good, but Ralph getting knocked at this time is the worst case scenario for NGX.
It's a quick flush from OG. Lord looking to prime the nade, 2 seconds left, dashes it out, could be good for the tag, bounces slightly further back, but Lord doesn't get the same safety. Goodbye Satan, as OG take the fight straight to Enigma and remove them from the battleground.
Orangutan making it happen here. Now they're starting to make some noise. Meanwhile, you got Aurora holding on to these silos. Wolf Esports still in the mix with 2 players up. And Doc, what's he gonna do about that? Orangutan's starting to get on fire. Here they go. Thunder Talk, get a knock on the KRX. Shots ringing out absolutely everywhere.
They ain't stopping, Jukes. They single-handedly run straight through everything that's put up by DRX. They look to the next team in TTG. They're gone as well. 4 Fribes keep on building. 10 elims in the back pocket. Oh, for the drop down, trying to withstand the might of Ruthless. He's going to deal with him ruthlessly. Cuts through him for another one.
That's how you do it there from the top rope. Coming on down, getting that elimination. These guys ain't messing around. Now you got Wolf Esports hiding in the corner, just waiting, hoping that one of these players will run right in front of them. The trap is set. When will it be sprung? But oh, True24 gets the knock on to Doc. That is critical.
Right now, 4 Fribes have been the dominant force in this lobby.
Watch out.
They are running through Miramar. Elimination after elimination. Everyone is feeling the reverbs that are coming off of the pot shots right now from the Fribes roster. And they got their eyes lighting up, looking for more peaks from Geekay, hoping they'll take the fight, but it's AG.AL with a connection up. T24 hits the deck. And Geekay might try and advance from it, Jukes.
Let's see if they can. AG.AL. No, only 1 elimination here so far. They still have their whole squad up, but now they're starting to push. This is stage 9, folks. This zone is about to go into nothing, and we got a whole bunch of teams still remaining. Who's going to win this one? It's all about who can hit those shots, who's got that clutch factor. We're about to find out.
In the ground floor, Geekay set up for the aggression. Top side, T24 low. Looking for the pick-up play to save things here. IQ with an nade in his hand, but Maple's got one of his own. Good chuck on it, could be primed! That's a big connection from Maple. AG.AL absolutely giving it right now. And the squad that's been on top might come crumbling down.
They're hurt. 4Thrives is in trouble. It's all up to Zypher by himself. Gonna have to make a play. He gets one. Can he do the drop down? Can he hit the shots? Geekay saath is still alive, and that is it. 4Thrives go down. Now it's up to Aurora to make something happen. It's YOL all by his lonesome, but Orangutan are looking too strong at this point.
They got the firepower right now, Jukes. Response back over's good. Say goodbye to Geekay as they go down as well. Ragnarok's time is well and truly past. There's the shot over onto Aurora. And easy pickings for them in the final moments. OG bring it on home with the last chicken dinner of the day, Barry!
Let's go! Make some noise for OG as they end the day with that chicken dinner.
An incredible game. A display of talent, aggression, and so many sickening plays. We saw 4Thrives living their movie on the grand stage. It was a blockbuster hit in Paris. But it's OG that see it through as the crowd gets fired up. You've been wonderful today, Paris. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Let's get it going here, man. Paris ain't messing around here. Neither is Orangutan. Every single one of these teams are making some noise. That is right. Man, I'll tell you what, tomorrow is going to be absolutely insane. Guys, mark your calendars here because we're seeing 3 teams go home after that. 5 teams heading straight to the finals, and the rest going to be sweating bullets, baby, because this lobby is stacked.
It's been clinical today, Jukes. And you can see the difference of expression, man.
Oh, man, Malak just staring into the distance right now, just thinking, I wonder what the finals is going to be like. These guys are looking good.
Man, it's insane. So...
Like, you know what? We're at risk of this happening. You know, even 4Thrives, I've got to maybe think twice here. So, hey, make those changes, make it happen, and get it done here for match number 1. As it looks like we got the plane going. Let's get this started.
And we are down towards the south portion of the map for day number 2. As we get into it, this is the last day for Group A, the last day for some of these teams to make their mark here and progress into the rest of PMWC. But for some teams, it will be the final hurdle that will trip them up. See what they can make happen. This is a difficult circle. There's difficult playing path, here on Rondo down towards the south side. Doesn't really open up a lot of the northwest. There's going to be some long shoots here for some of our squads. Stadium a little bit hard to make your way on over. But for Enigma Galaxy, you hope that they have figured out a solution, potentially. Aurora as well. I don't think they were able to get as much action as they might have liked over towards Yulin. There was a lot of fighting in Neox Factory.
But yeah, you can see here, no double plane path, just the southern one. You can see the team starting to hop on out. You got to make sure that you protect that single player going for that recall. That is so important here.
No double plane paths.
Yeah, no double plane paths.
Oh, anymore.
No, that's right. That's correct. Yeah, nothing, not going to happen. We got just a single one here. And you know what? One opportunity for a lot of these teams, right, like we were talking about earlier, to get it done. And you can see that Neox factory area is hot, as well as Dan Ching, and you can see Thunder Talk. That is the team that needs to make it happen here big time, getting into it with AG.AL.
It's a scary team to get into it, though, because yesterday Maple looked fantastic on the initial approach. Shing underneath from Thunder Talk, but AJ does open up onto Maple of all teams. But I am getting word that is a potentially a rehost coming through. We will wait and see. And it is the truth. We're not lying to you. So in the meantime, we will have to wait for that one. But I think most of the players probably not unhappy about that, considering it's quite a difficult plane to start things off down towards that south side in Danxing. It forced a lot of teams out of the way. But then we did get an Eastern Circle, which, you know, wasn't too bad for the squads.
Yeah, no big deal here. You know what I'm saying? We get a little bit more time to talk about these teams, get a little bit more time for these teams to kind of prep and figure out how they're going to make this happen here, because 24, they got just these next few hours to either stay here in Paris or go home. And they want to definitely extend that life just a little bit further here. So looking at the leaderboards, let's break that down, right? So top 5, again, folks, those are going to be the ones moving straight to the finals. Bottom 3 are going home. That's it for today. And those teams in between heading into that survival stage. So you have in 5th place, KRX tied with Aurora with 47 points. OG with that chicken dinner on that last game, right? Were able to really make things happen. But it does look like we are hearing...
We lied.
Yeah, we lied. Psych!
We lied.
Psych!
We're back in.
We're here.
Disregard all previous conversation because we are back here on Rondo. I am excited for it to go to another rehost though. But for the time being, we'll treat this as real life.
That's correct.
Real stakes on the line. Juicy stakes at that. As T24 opens up onto one, now looks for the second. It's going to be a hard push, but they cannot take him down. T24 brings the gore in Neox.
I'll tell you what, 1v2, baby. That was real, and that was live. That's how you get it done. T24 getting revenge for his teammates. Valak ends up going down, so they are stuck with 2. I'm sure IQ is going to be out there getting them back up here in just a couple of seconds. With beautiful play to start things off. The group of death has not disappointed at all.
And again, I mean, it would make me laugh hearing Max say this is the deathy group. It is kind of, he's not wrong. T24 even taking a tumble there versus AG.AL, who has been quite a strong member for FURIA. Sadly, they are quite down on the numbers at the moment. Whoa!
Wait.
Was that 4th drive just out? Okay. 4T struggle. T24 is able to get 2 elims for them, but that is a disastrous result for them. Again, always difficult to see where other players went down. We did have a slight blackout during the middle of that, so couldn't quite see where the 4th player actually left, but it might have been Flash.
Yeah.
It may have been Flash again.
And we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
We were, right? I was just saying, like, hey, you know what? Even if you're 4th drives, you got to be concerned here because you're at the top of the leaderboards.
Yeah.
If someone's going to hunt you down, that's the squad to do it. And unfortunately for them, they go out early. Hey, huge opportunity, right, for these teams right below them to surpass them on the leaderboards.
Yeah, Rondo is like very much a good map for saving your run. A lot of times, Silence opening up. Yeah, Chief is down. We get a quick replay. This is Flower H. This is actually the fight versus Thunder Talk, which was going fairly badly. Now, Flower H was having an absolutely sick day yesterday in terms of the damage numbers, and that is a quick spin around. Did they fully go out, though? Let's take a quick look on the leaderboards. Yeah, all gamers, 4 players alive. They look good. They were able to reset on that one. That's fantastic.
That's what you have to do. I mean, I don't know where exactly IQ was, because he wasn't in the fight with this team. But he was, I guess, tried to go to a recall tower, got caught out, unfortunately, and that's them done and dusted. Hey, the rest of the lobby's still here, though, 15 teams. Aula, Claws, trying to hit some cheeky shots using that stairwell. Silence is down to 1 HP. He gets the knock, and Claws gets naded. Rest of the team, I think, is just a little bit too far to support him. Actually, never mind. Yeah, right behind him. Quick is there to challenge FURIA. Chief going to throw down some smokes to try to get his teammate up here. But with this fight slowing down, yeah, I think Quick is like, oof, this is a little bit too late to start this push.
Yeah, he's in the struggle bus now. And again, this is one of the situations where it's actually very hard to deal with it. Because the amount of sightlines you can kind of angle off here with the smokes, Quick's almost certainly going to go down. Silence just has to play the right-hand side. Chief just needs to eke his way up on the left-hand side here. He has to hit a nasty grenade to even hopefully clutch this one out, but he's only got one chance, and that's it. Stun grenade goes out, and a nade over the top of it, and he's forced off the edge here. So now they control the entirety of the high ground.
Yeah, and AG.AL They need these points pretty bad. Now, just with this performance alone, right? Just 3 eliminations, that puts them out of that bottom 3. But, you know, this is that opportunity to do such a good game that it sets you up for the rest of this day. I mean, heck, a win here with double-digit eliminations, that puts them in the running for top 5, literally. So, not the worst start. They got 3 elims so far. They still have all their players up. Let's see what they can do.
It's an interesting approach from Malula, though, because the entirety of Neox is very quiet, considering that original playing path. But all 4 players from Malula are here, which means that if they do lose this engagement versus FURIA, that's all the chances gone here on Rondo.
Nice pre-fire there from Ayala, and they end up catching him. Oh, but great return fire there from Yasser. Silence on that back end. Quick gonna go ahead and hold behind this coverage. Yeah, Alula should be able to get everybody up. Chief running out this other angle, though. That's gonna make things interesting. But you're right, yeah, Alula fully committed to Neox Factory, and so far it's working, and they are racking up the points.
Much needed points as well. In 12th place, they have dragged themselves out of what was a danger zone earlier. Just silence left remaining now. Sticky bomb. No helmet, which is kind of the most disastrous thing about this. So many sightlines to deal with on the other side. Pretty hard approach, but they already got the reset in. Pull themselves back into play. That's over towards Fong Tun, though. Man, they got a journey ahead of them.
Yeah, they do. So that I was wondering, like, should Silence even think about like pushing this right now with the rest of his team so far away? Yeah, probably not. He needs to survive and hold on a little bit longer. You definitely want that recall life just for the time being. Next zone just pop on up, goes dead center here. The problem is you got that river just chopping right through the center of it. If that zone does hard shift on over to that left side, it's going to make things pretty difficult. But let's look at this here. Thundertalk, X-Force Rejects. The teams at the bottom battling it out here. It looks like X-Force Rejects are going to get 3. Oh, getting shot in the back, though. That's Ulf from downtown. Sneaking that knock. But it looks like they should be able to get this res. Oh, actually, no, forget the res. They go for this final elimination. They say, we need these points. And AJ does a great job of holding him off with that shotgun.
That's the worst for way through the banister. Catches another. AJ looking good right now. Quick step out on the side. Could push over towards the stairs. Taking more damage coming through from Doc right now, but there are flushes to be had. More eliminations is all really Thundertalk's looking for in this moment.
Don't see me. Don't see me. Reaper's like, I'm not here. I'm not here. Don't look. Don't turn around. Oh, did he miss him again? No, he spotted him there. So he gets the elimination. X-Force do get a little bit of time to now reset this and get this fight done. Shiva's running in all by himself, though. Got to be careful here as AJ is putting in the work, and he is taking on this squad all by himself, but finally Shiva shuts him down.
Almost 1v4. Honestly, it was very, very close. It was the fact that he got that cheeky angle through the door frame. That might have just been a 1v4 coming through from AJ. I think X-Force Rejects should be able to get a reset on that one, but it feels very uncomfortable. Aurora's looking in that direction. Ulf's looking in that direction too. There is a lot of teams that have sight lines towards them. But you can see here Aurora and Ulf now on the move, so potentially the pressure got alleviated slightly over towards X-Force Rejects, but we'll wait and see.
Oh, that'd be a huge break for them if that's the case. Yeah, if you're X-Force Rejects, if you're Shiva, right now you're just like, where is the nearest recall tower? Problem is that we're already in stage 2, and with that water in the center of this area here, it's gonna make it so difficult for him to find one. But we'll see if that does end up being the case. Looking on over to Aurora, top with 3 eliminations to start things off, looking very, very good here. Quick getting a knock onto Silent, so it looks like Aula is gonna be challenging that last player of FURIA. They ended up getting that. And now, as a matter of fact, Igor is starting to get in the rest of the zone, but the other 2 are still deep, deep in the blue.
Yeah, I mean, for FURIA, it's going to be a while till they actually get themselves in a position where they can play this one out. Right now, it's a lot of driving, a lot of gasoline required too. Enigma Galaxy's still doing the weird thing, though. They're doing these 2-2 splits where they send 2 players very far and then they got stragglers behind. I can't tell if it's to try and secure location far side of the circle and then hopefully cut in towards the other side sooner as the circle pops. But it's super risky. It's a really, really super risky strategy. It's working out right now, and they're playing it decently. But again, Ralph's the same dude who came up with the heel strap, right?
Right? Yeah,
Which was real corny. But he's all for corny strategies, but they work. They do work.
So, sometimes you got to think outside the box, and
Yeah, well, maybe he's an innovator. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe corny is not the way to call it.
Who knows, right? I mean, you know what? It's one of those 50-50s, right? If it doesn't work out, he's an idiot, and if it does work out, he's a genius, right?
Yeah.
So that's
right now he's a genius.
Yeah,
so,
now
yeah.
he nailed it, right? So with this hard shift on over to the left side, that's going to make things pretty tough as the water is in play. Let's see what Ralph can do if he can bring out some more of those 1,000 IQ plays. He's going to be holding this dip right now. And we're going to see Aurora right down the road from him. Reefus putting on a little bit of suppressive fire, holding this coverage for now, just making it annoying for Ralph to move.
Reefus yesterday, an immortal man in the lobby. Difficult to remove him here on Rondo. Last pair alive, but was such a problem for RRQ for such a long time. There's a bit more loot on side, but you're right. What we have now, and you alluded to it earlier, is just the river that cuts right through. Plenty of water involved. Hard gamble to make. I think most teams are trying to secure over towards the eastern side here. It does have more landmass involved, so they're hoping for the switchback on that way, but this could easily pull left.
Oh, man. So this is like, you literally have to kind of, it's a coin toss at this point, right? You just have to pick a spot, hope that circle comes your way. If not, it's going to make these difficult. Lord said, I do not like that gas can. Get it out of here. And make sure that we get some terraforming going, because we're going to need all the room that we can get. This circle was actually a huge one for AGAL, because they have pretty much that entire side of the river to themselves. Considering where they're at the start of the day, this is their chance, honestly. I think you had a rough day one, utilize this opportunity to its maximum potential, and at least secure your tournament life a little bit longer.
There's still a couple of entryways back over towards the western side, but you're right. I mean, right now, AGAL, not only do they have a decent spot, they've got a compound, they've got a high ground to work with, but it does require them to win the coin flip.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the main problem they're running into at the moment. But there is the bridge down towards that south side. There's a bridge on the north too. There is going to be a big old queue in the process of trying to get back over towards the west. We've got to wait for this next circle first, which will be hitting us real shortly.
Let's see. Where's it going? Will AGAL win the coin flip? And boom! They have nailed it here. So it is a rock-solid position for them. You can see Quick. He's starting to move around. He's excited. He's like, all right, boys, let's get this going. This is our game here. As you see all those teams on the south, OG, Ulf, KRX, all going to have to start pushing on up. Ooh, Quick moving outside of the zone here. They're going to take that edge, just looking for that, maybe possibly gatekeep some of these teams pushing in from the south side.
Yeah, they have to hold it out, right? It's actually, there is a playable space down here towards the river where you can actually just play underneath AGAL. Actually saw Fourth Rise play a very similar position earlier this year. Get a really big game off the back of it. Aru's going to send forward, though. He's swinging past on that western side. Yeah, OG, AGAL, both really are benefiting off the back of this circle. I do like that AGAL just decided, you know, let's just take the compound over towards the west here. Let's not try and spread out too much. Already know that practically 20% of the circle is unplayable. We're not going to be greedy on space taking, especially where we are on the leaderboard too. Let's not rock the boat too much.
Not a bad idea. Yeah, I think there are some teams that get in positions that are so dominant and they just spread themselves too thin. So I like the fact that they are playing it together, but I don't want them to play super passive, right? You still utilize this opportunity to hunt down as many eliminations as you can. See how that ends up working out, though, as we're looking at RRQ GOAT making some shots. This is going to be on the north side of the circle here. Forced through the tree line.
No way.
Yeah, get some nice shots, and GOAT team are putting in some serious work on RRQ in a 1v2. Could happen. Moxie hopping in the vehicle, and we're going to see RRQ get out of here.
I mean, very, very typical Lepard behavior there. Very aggressive. Nerf's going to send over the top. Has the N12K, finds another. Looks good. Still got to deal with one player off in the distance. Down to just a solo now. No real chance, honestly, at a recall beacon. has to fight off, plays from the whole low ground. JS9 in play and just leaves the spray going. 7 elims now for GOAT. Honestly, this looks like a good game for GOAT. It's an okay game. I think what I noticed from yesterday was that their highs were very high.
Yep.
Their lows were super low. I mean, we were 15, 16 places, 2 elims, 1 elim. But yeah, so that's the variance they need to deal with. Geekay, on the other hand, looking over towards Gaming Stars.
Sashi putting in that work. Nades ringing out all over the place here. And now this is where everyone's starting to head. They want to get those third parties going. And KRX are going to be pushing up on them little by little. You got Enigma Galaxy right next to him as well. Gaming Star Yusuf, last player up, trying to get in the 1v1. He gets some good shot off with that S12K. Gets that thirst. He needs that point. Oh, but that nade is going to shut him down. That's QXCZ getting it done. And now Hoxie's like, all right, let's finish this out here. Let's get these points and secure this position. Ragnarok said, you know what? You can have it. I'm out of here.
For a South Korean team like KRX, it's really nice to see some of the aggression that comes through. I think it used to be before where a lot of South Korean squads would get an initial knock and then not really do anything with it, but KRX is very quick to maybe not fully commit, but see what's available, right? What are the opportunities? What are the options there? So I'll always send one player forward to have a little sniff, you know, peek in. So I like it. I do like it from KRX. But now they're up against Enigma Galaxy, who are playing on their northern edge. Next circle pops, and it's still dead central on this river. It's so uncomfortable.
Such a tough circle. Team Flash are just going to be holding this high ground for now. Even though the zone is going to be closing, they're like, yeah, let's just try to put as much pressure as we can. And then we're going to push into the zone at the last second. I mean, yeah, Win and Squad are starting to steal some of these eliminations. This is very difficult for Enigma Galaxy. And they're just having to straight hit the deck. And look at those angles. These sight lines from Team Flash are disgusting.
Yeah, Bo's got some good shots down there, but right now Enigma Galaxy is essentially just weathering the storm. They know that they can just keep dropping the smokes, but how many smokes they got left remaining? Eventually, the Flash are going to have to pull off this spot, but in tandem with KRX, Enigma Galaxy, and Flash all at the same time. Satan stays alive, bears some out of HP. The blue does slowly march towards him like a tsunami.
And this blue zone's gonna hurt, that's for sure. So Satan and Squad need to start getting moving here. But Vinny right behind him. He's gonna have to make this push. He's running in through the smokes here. He's getting pieced up little by little. We're gonna switch on over to top. Vinny does get knocked, but Team Flash are able to get into this circle cleanly. And they're gonna be gatekeeping whoever is gonna be the winners of this fight. Right now, it looks like Enigma Galaxy might just be it, as it's just Hoxie up for KRS. Now that nade just a little bit too far away, but this is a terrible fight for both these guys. They need to finish this out as soon as possible. The blue zone is creeping in. Hoxie gets another knock, and now it's just Lord, but oh, Hoxie getting shot all the way from Aurora is gonna shut him down.
It's a horrendous cross, right? You've got the higher ground that drops down towards the low. Everyone's trying to get in together. I don't think anyone makes that run. Again, this is such an RNG circle. A lot of teams are going to suffer because of it. I mean, Alula as well as OG both took a gamble on the western side. Massively paid off. I like how OG's moved up on towards this northern edge, though. They have a lot of teams they need to deal with in the future. But right now, it's about living.
Just survive.
You can get that survival into the late game. Fair enough to you.
Oh, Reefus. Perfect nade there from Ulf. Let's see how this one looks. Good bounce, too, man. Ulf off point, throwing some heat-seeking missiles from across the map there. Doc's trying to get a little bit of revenge for Reefus, but they are doing great. Aurora, 10 eliminations. This is what we like to see from this squad.
Yeah, they show up during groups, man. That's for sure. Now, I think the team that I didn't expect to be showing up right now is FURIA. They're on the northern side over towards the western edge of these bits of landmass, which is quite cool to see FURIA being the team that makes it in. Man, they had been walking, they had been driving.
Yeah.
It has been cross-country for this team, but they brought the right trainers, they brought the right tires, and they are here to play right now.
And Alulas were really aggressive at the start of this. And then once they got the zone, they kind of just slowed things down. They still have a few eliminations here, but now they're down to 2 players and forced to give up all of this real estate. FURIA, though, with 6. They are looking really good to start things off here. Unfortunately, yesterday, just kind of a very midday overall in the middle of the leaderboards. But this could be their chance to push them up to the top.
Yeah, if it was super meh, I think that's fair enough to say, especially from FURIA. We expect a lot more from this team, and again, this is the resilience that I expected to see from FURIA, is you cannot count this team out until the final bell rings. For them, they're looking over towards AL right now. They're even trying to wrap over towards that western side slightly, which is cool to see, but we're up against Aurora. We're on board with Eren. It could get explosive.
Let's see Eren up close and personal. He caught top with a laydown. Beautiful placement there from Eren. Oh, nice little shots from Zeol. He's going to go ahead and go for the quick first aid.
No.
But it ain't going to be fast enough. OG.
Good shot from a tanky, though.
Yeah, that's how you do it there. You can steal as many eliminations as you can, take it. Zeol with the angles, catches Scarface. And again, right, third party after third party, Flash are right there to disrupt this fight.
I mean, no one survives on this eastern side, and it's so undetermined where this circle is going to end for so long that I can't really fault any of the teams on the eastern side for how this goes down. OG's doing the right thing though, trying to make as many points as possible and grab as much value off this position as possible too, knowing that any team on the eastern side very unlikely to make it through. Ulf did send a rogue agent over towards the western side in catch though.
An underwater agent right there. He is swimming for his life right now, just trying to sneak some extra placement points possibly. And yeah, he's going to be the last player up for you got Eren there in the water as well. Catch maybe thinking about going for that res in the water. We'll see. But you got Team Flash looking to go fishing here. Let's see if he's able to get that res though. Looks like he just might.
Yeah, he swims across to him. Possible to do. It's a real question whether Flash actually sees it or not, but they do have a knocked player who's bleeding out. So they're a bit preoccupied at the moment and will likely need to figure out what's going on in the next circle too. Silence finds Quick. Catch goes down to win. But they're not out yet just because Eren actually got rezzed in that short moment.
Got him.
Silence gets knocked. That's from AG.AL from OG. Goodness me, these guys are really racking up the points here and there, consistently having a good idea of what's going on around them inside the circle. It's nice to see. It really is.
Yeah, and it's perfect for them, right? Considering that all the top 5 are now completely out. So OG really need to dominate right here. They got 2 eliminations so far. We got Flash right underneath you with 8. So if you're OG, you still have all 4 players up. Clean up this entire side of the map first, and then figure it out later. This is their chance, though. These guys are looking great, and a great opportunity for FURIA. We were talking about it yesterday. They were chasing zones all dang day. Now they have the position. What can they do with it? That's the question.
Push down over towards that high ground that looks over towards the Flash. They try and cross the road. Circle moves down towards the south side. OG's throwing a bone here. But there was some complaints yesterday about some of the passivity coming through from OG, which I think that they were able to correct a lot as we went throughout the day. And even during this game, you can see there's been a lot of effort been put into that. So for OG right now, we need more of that proactivity right now, though. I truly believe this is a game that they can win. They have the circle to work with it. Fury's coming in from that north side, though, and they are looking hot this game.
Yeah, OG, you have it all right now, right? Turn that aggression up to 11. Soak up those eliminations. Get that win.
Get that back-to-back, basically.
Right. Yeah, back-to-back chicken dinners, right? They won the last one yesterday. This one will just solidify them here and definitely put them in that running in just 2 matches for that top 5. Let's see what they can do, though. As we look at FURIA up on the north. Flash trying to find a way into this circle. They're forced to swim it out. Igor going fishing there. He's getting some hit markers on the bows, but not able to take them out.
You really do become curious about the ammo counts on some of these teams because it's been a ton of movement around the map. Aru's moving forward. He's got nades, got molotovs. He's looking.
There we go.
Sitting pretty right now. Ammo count does look a little bit low, but Aru with the underarm should be good to go directly on them. Aru picks up the double. Man, this guy is leading OG to victory.
Let's get it going. The crowd getting hyped on that one. Perfect toss there. FURIA, though, they're looking to get in the mix here. Some nice shots from the Flash. Going to make it a little bit tough. They're going to have to hit the deck. Igor with the nade. Oh, but that vehicle is on fire. He looks like he is able to get to safety just barely.
Okay. Dude, Aru is going absolutely nutty in these games. A nade comes across, and Furia is silenced in the final moments of these games. The Flash now underneath, looking to push up. OG holding them back at the gates. From Miramar to Rondo, can they do it all here?
Back-to-back chicken dinners are in their future, and the future is now. Can they grasp it as Team Flash rocking a 3-1 split here? You got WizGod, gonna have to watch out for that nade, that air burst a little bit too far away. And now Aru, man, putting in the work for his team. They gotta be careful though. Here they go, they have the high ground. What can they do with it? Now, Tops from that off angle, making it a little bit difficult for them to peek over the hill. But here we go, the battle starting to ring out.
Bandy's all that's left on side at the moment. S12K, Silence looking to quieten down the run coming through from India, but it's not happening. They will not be silenced. They will not be shut up here. Aru still going strong. A tanky underneath, looking to get the shots in, but Flash moves around the side. He's whipping the shots, unfortunately. But finally, they will hit the last shot, and India grabs the back-to-back. From day 1 to day 2, this team looks clean.
And the crowd goes wild. OG, 2 chicken dinners in a row. They finish out the day strong yesterday, and they started the strongest today here in the final day of Group A. And now the whole lobby has been put on notice.
I mean, it's good at the moment. Aru looks like an arrow right now, and he's got purpose, flying fast towards that bullseye, fast towards that qualification spot. It's such a difference from last time we saw them as well. And, you know, if you're a fan of this team, you've got to be proud because, again, the improvement has been insane.
Perfectly executed right there, right? I mean, hey, they got themselves a good, solid position. We had the questions, right? Were they going to play it passively? Were they going to get aggressive? They turned on that aggression at the perfect time. Perfect peaks, fight decisions, and they were able to get that win. And this is the way to do it, right? I mean, they were having a little bit of a rough day at the start yesterday. Finished strong. Boom, knock it out of the park today. They're set up for top 5.
They absolutely are. I mean, for this team, it's a really big boon for them. I mean, taking some of that pressure off is a really nice thing right at the start of the day. We always say it's about Rondo. Being able to get rid of a lot of the pressure so quickly in day 2 is so much relief for you as a squad. And for Orangutan, honestly, they can use this now just to kind of feel out other teams inside this lobby, get some more practice in without feeling all that worried. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of teams that are going to be worried here as we get into the rest of the matches, and we'll have those matches coming in just a bit.
We were there for every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind, and we're here now. The proud founding partner of EWC, powering the biggest event in gaming, shoulder to shoulder with the world's best, making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion, reach your impossible.
Hi, Kalaris here at PMWC for EWC 26, and I'm with Aru from Orangutan to talk about some of the games from day 1 of their group stage and see how they're feeling coming into day number 2. So, obviously, you guys got yourself a win on Miramar. You were one of the latest teams coming to Miramar, actually. So, is that part of the strategy for you guys when it comes to urban endings, as well as what were your concerns towards the late game of that game?
Not really a strategy because we intend to play dynamic as per the situations, and particularly talking about that game, it took us quite a while to collect our vehicles, so it got us a little late. So that was the first factor, and the second factor was that team landing in Power Grid. I guess it's GSTR. So they were trying to like maybe set up a trap around San Martin. So then we had to take a detour from our original planned path. So, but yeah, we have prepared ourselves to play early and late as well. So it just worked out for us.
Perfect answer. Wow. Okay, that's some great insight. Thank you. Let's go back to game one because it's a bit of a different shift. Obviously, it's the first game on the stage, etc. It's the Rondo game. You guys have got a good compound. You're playing a bit passively here and there. What were your concerns? I saw that Geekay was keeping close eyes on you in that Rondo game, and you eventually got second place.
Well, the first factor that led us to, playing a little passive or saying holding back was that we got an early casualty of my teammate Atanki. And the second one was our vehicles didn't have a lot of fuel, so it was hard to like drive around and take info of our surrounding teams to actually see what's going on, if there are any third-party opportunities. And also, yeah, we had a good position, but the thing was that it was like on the back we had high ground and on the front we had like a complete low ground. So if we have gone like either of the ways, the other side teams would have definitely shot at us. So it would have been difficult to come back to our initial position. So I was also like not so satisfied with that game because having Rondo and only 2 elimination points is like not how we play, and not everyone plays, because Rondo gives you a lot of opportunities to take fights, maybe take free eliminations of the teams, and especially when you are at a good position. So yeah, it was also like a little dissatisfied for me, but yeah, it was a good start, so we didn't have to.
Hot Jukes, we're good.
AGAL, here we go. Southern playing path here, super southern.
Yeah.
Good circle for a team like Aurora. You know exactly where they're headed. But for the rest of these squads, they're going to have to get it done. Ain't that right? Blank the tank.
Blank the tank. I'll take that. I'll take that. Robust. Yeah. Explode on the scene. But yeah, I do have a very southern playing path here. It's incredibly rough to play around with. Aurora happy with this one. They can get down towards that south side fairly easy. Fourth Rise also a fairly decent start for them over towards Ferry Pier as well as the yellow. So you wonder if they're going to run into any trouble in this area. I think Sosnovica is going to be a little bit more fixated on. But you're right to point out what you were pointing out there, which was the elimination count coming through from Aru.
Yeah, he sneaks into that top 3. He's right there. He could easily push himself to first if he goes and gets some good eliminations in this game. Looking at the match rankings right now, they are pretty stacked. Because I'll tell you what, OG is on top when it comes to the overall. 66 total points. 4th Thrives right below. Man, Pakistan on top.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, 4th Thrives are in second right now. It's a tough place to be in. Yeah, 4th Thrives, 61 points. OG just blowing them out of the water right now. But you could definitely tell the difference between 4th Thrives as well as OG in terms of the elimination points. 37 eliminations to 46. And if we rock that back to Aru, 15 of those 37 elims are coming through from him. He is absolutely a monster right now, and I really do mean it. It's Aru, the arrow, flying straight towards those targets and playing his team straight too, because that is a difficult thing to do as an IGL, to be both at the front.
Oh, no! Run, Aru, run! Run, Aru, run! No! Oh my gosh! The bows with the knife.
Oh, brother.
No way!
Yo. OG might be cooked this game.
Oh, they're pissed.
Oh, never mind.
They're not happy.
Upset. They're upset. Flash trying to take him down the last match. In the final 1v1 on the squads, Atanki rocks up to the tree line. Both behind. You're right, the knife is out. The serrated blade is not enough. But the rest of the squad is here to play.
That is what I call revenge, folks. Are you kidding me? Aru getting thirsted, but it looks like Orangutan get the last laugh here.
Shows they don't need Aru, but it would be nice to have him, but they won't have him this game. Down to 3, AKOP able to get some stuff done there. Secures his 3rd elimination of the match as well, and Flash rock away with win, but in this case, they seriously took the L.
Are they hunting him down? Is Win actually going for it here? No way. That would be insane. He's got him in his sightlines. We got a runner here, folks. And it's OG Win making the moves, full sending it, but at a certain point, yeah, surely these guys got to get away.
They absolutely do. And I mean, for OG, they're happy to go wherever they like, but for the Flash, they're going to have to head over to the hidden village with Naruto, with our new Ninetales Fury orc skin, which looks awesome, by the way.
Sick.
2 separate versions of the same thing, which is crazy.
He's hunting him down, dude. He's looking.
I know. This is some serious frustration coming through from the Flash. They don't want to lose out like this. He's got to keep the reputation high, apparently.
Wow. Win gonna go get some loot here, and the rest of OG get to safety. So what a crazy way to start things off. Aru running for his life, dude, straight-legged it.
My brother was in trouble.
Oh, man.
I ain't gonna lie, though. He was feeling the tickle of the blade on his back. He was just ahead of them. I mean, he had to pull out the old flick of the wrist with the knife to get that thrown at point blank. The only way to get it done. I mean, he was impervious to blades quite some time. Only the point did it.
Dude, that tickle was so close. He's like, I can't even run Serpentine at all. I can't move. I
gotta go forward.
Just straight away.
The boys were coming to support him real quick, though.
Yeah, they did.
That I respect from the rest of OG.
And they came in heavy.
But they know how important he is.
Yeah,
they know
dude.
just how important he is. So to keep him up is a really big thing.
Yeah, you were just talking about it, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's so ridiculous to see your top fragger also be your IGL.
Yeah.
And you said it yourself, and I agree. It's so difficult, right? You have so much to manage, so much to focus on.
Yeah.
But when you do have those rare, just superstars that can...
Yeah, Beowulf back in the day, that guy was unreal, but they just don't come around all that often.
You don't see it. When you do, though, I mean, talk about the trust you gain from your squad, right?
Yeah. He said go here. He's also carrying us.
Yeah, he's also carrying. I think we gotta listen. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely does help
for this.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yes, sir. Oh, we got you. Right? We're coming. And hey, they saw their leader, right, running away from a knife, and they came heavy. But unfortunately, it just happened to be just a second too late.
Coops sends some shots over towards Furia. Honestly, I don't think Furia's last game was terrible at all. I think they got fair far into it. And that was despite having a really, really hard start for them. I mean, their recall beacon was just so out of the way from the destination. And even then, they were trying to figure out it. I do think them getting in quite late was almost a blessing because they could decide on which side they wanted to head towards. But by that time, you have little to no information of what's happening around the map.
Yeah.
4T taking shots over towards KRX as they do pass on by. This is towards those yellows on the southern edge. They're just moving through the forest, the south side of Pachinki, but Enigma Galaxy once again already flying out to a new location.
Yeah, a little rotation shenanigans early on. I want to talk about that point you were talking about earlier, though, right? FURIA, 14 points in the last match. And they were one of those teams that was really critical because they're one of those squads we honestly we're kind of expecting to see the top 5. Let's look at this replay, though, as Aru is running for his life. Saying, please stop, guys, leave me alone. And those shots strayed the rest of the team off. But, oh my gosh, Bose with the knife throw just said, nah, we're shutting them down.
You see, they can just see the death crate appearing. Man, they even had the vehicle in his face, right? Tires scratching the cheeks.
Oh, man. And Bose gets that knock. And I believe Bose picked up that scar from Aru.
Really?
Yeah, because, I mean, he didn't have it. Otherwise, he would have definitely shot him. But I think Aru had the weapon, but he was just like, no, I can't even turn around right here. They're just too close.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But, I mean, OG gets away with it. They get some more points on board. 3 points in total, actually. Drops to 69, which is nice. But only 3 players.
Yeah,
I think it's still doable.
Definitely.
And for OG, they get a really easy start up towards Yasnaya, which is very central right now. Geekay, though, up against Alula.
Gato, quick with the quick knock there, and he needs it. I mean, 4 points. Ula are definitely moving up because prior to this one, they had 21. So with 33 now, that does give them a good boost. The problem going into today was there was a good little point gap between that you know, 6th to the 7th at the bottom placement points. You know, Geekay, FURIA, they had a 12-point gap there, and it kind of just goes down from there. So for FURIA to get a good game in, they now balance themselves out. They still need a good couple games if they want to push into top 5. And AG.AL starting off really strong here, now put themselves in a good spot to at least hit the survival stage. Next zone does pop though, and it is going to be in that mansion, shelter, Yasnaya area. Teams like Aurora, coming in all the way from military base, are going to push on up. We're going to look at this heaven area though, and it looks like it is going to be X-Force Rejects. They're going to hold that down.
X-Force Rejects doing their best here. All gamers also moving out the way. But these boys need the points more than ever. Circle does shift over towards our eastern side, so we do have like some of these awkward compounds, some ditches over towards the eastern edge as well around the forest. Very playable for the likes of GOAT, as well as Nigma Galaxy, who has set up, but you also have these winding roads. For Nigma Galaxy, once again, they're on that 2-2 split. They're on their wildness early on. But yeah, I think one team that I would love to see more out of right now is definitely Ulf.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people know that I'm a big fan of this team, but right now I think I have a small amount of disappointment. I think there certainly can be some better plays coming through. They have shown individually some clutch moments, but again, it's not what you expect of a team that gave 4 Thrive such a run for the money over in PMGO overall. So if we can see a bit more of that, but maybe there's just some new teams on the block. I mean, for instance, OG just looks like a different team to me, honestly.
Yeah, you got Ulf. I mean, they're still not in the worst spot when it comes to the leaderboards. I mean, we definitely expect them to always be in that top 5 position, so anything less is kind of like, hey, you know, what's taking them so long, right? But I mean, one good game, we'll see them in that spot. This could be it. I mean, they are in Yasnaya Fields right now. The zone definitely, for some reason, loves to favor that kind of area. So a hard shift goes in that direction. We could see them definitely pop off. But, you know, you are right. There are so many teams right now. Like, in this time, we've never seen the lobbies just so well balanced. Right? In years past, we've seen, you know, a few dominant squads, other squads that are just kind of struggling. But now, at this point, anybody can take it. I mean, Thunder Talk's at the bottom. What's happening?
I mean, the Thunder Talk, they just haven't played well, have they? I think that's we've boiled it down to that point. There's been some missteps all over the place. I think there's been some bad rotations coming through. And then when it's come to the gunfights, they are being outclassed in some of them. I think Thunder Talk has a lot more in them to give. It shouldn't ever come down to AJ looking to win a 1v4. But again, it just shows that there is that potential there for Thunder Talk. But you're right, it is a fairly balanced lobby, but balanced towards being, this is a high-ranked game. Right? Yeah. It's a high-ranked game. You know, no one's pulling any punches right now. You best get out the way. For Gaming Stars, they're playing on this 2-2 split right now. They were wondering if it's going to head over towards those fielded areas. It does not. So they're going to regroup off the back of this one. I would say right now regrouping is probably the best thing to be doing. But Yasnaya getting cut out here is a little tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Wondering what OG's next move is going to be.
That's going to be the question, right? What is OG going to do? What's Ulf going to do? It looks like Ulf, they were in the Yasnaya field. They don't get blessed. They're going to go ahead and do a huge wraparound here to reposition. Well, let's look at Go. Yeah, Thunder Talk just getting picked apart once again. Awake running for his life here. Does get a little fortunate with that player from GOAT getting knocked. I believe that's from Nigma Galaxy. Moxie up close and personal with Jean, catches him slipping, and that is Thunder Talk out. Another rough game for them.
Yeah, I mean, GOAT's just too good of a team. That's all there is to it.
Goated.
They got the Jackie blessing.
That was it, honestly. Once that happened, it's over.
He's wrapped them in the golden jacket, and they're ready to go. I think for GOAT, it's been all right. Again, I think for GOAT, the main thing that worries me about the squad is the inconsistency. But hey, if you can have 16 elim games with a chicken dinner, bosh, you're good to go.
Yep. And it was kind of crazy because we saw in PMMI, GOAT, they took the slot for 4 Thrives and weren't able to really honor it in the way that they wanted to. But they come here into the World Cup, and at least at this group stage, they're looking good, right? Second place so far. after these eliminations they have, hey, just a little bit more work and they can end up on top.
A little bit more work, yeah. I think we really do need to have to wait to finals, though, to see that come through. Because...
On top of group stage, yeah.
On top of group stage,
yeah.
Right?
They got a long way to go.
A long way to go.
If they want that, if they want that watch, that belt.
Hey, I mean, at this rate, though, they would go straight to finals. In the current position they're in, they wouldn't play the group stage out. Get that direct qualification, which would be nice. If they can keep things up, that is. We do have a few more games left today. A few more Erangles.
That's right.
Into our Miramars to close things out with the wonderful John and Jackie.
Yeah, dude, crazy prize pool, by the way, man. It's so wild. You have, you know, $1.1 million in the group stage alone, 152 grand on to the survival stage, and then we get to the finals, $1.7 million. This is what I'm talking about here, folks.
We're definitely going to be handing out some big prizes at some point. We're going to be going away with some cars.
Yeah.
Say it that way. Yeah.
Let's get it going.
Which would be cool. Again, I think that money should be reinvested in the team.
Yep. But
also...
If to say you were the team, right? What's the first thing you're reinvesting into?
As a team?
Yeah.
God, get those boys a better scrimming area.
Yeah, that'll work.
Give me the refrigerated drinks. All right, I want vending machines for free, as well as, you know, all the rest, the cool things. You know, the whiteboards, the blackboards, everything you might need, tablets, etc.
Coaching staff, personal masseuses,
your favorite phone.
Yep. You gotta have it all. I mean, to really make it happen here, and that's the thing. Is like. I've had the pleasure of looking at some of these top squads set up, and you know, teams like Alpha 7 who live together and have for years.
They did reinvest in a really good way, actually, from all the wins they went through. Go on, sorry.
No, I mean, a lot of these guys, I mean, for those that don't know, I mean, these mobile gamers are treated like athletes. I mean, some of them have personal nutritionists, they have exercise programs, they play for 6 to 8 hours a day with a coach staring at 4 monitors, just analyzing, figuring out how these guys can get better. And, I mean, you got millions of dollars in prize pool on the line, right? You got to give your players as much advantage as you possibly can. And one thing I do love, especially I've noticed about this tournament, is adaptation. Prior in so many different squads, we'll see like, okay, a bad performance, no change, just the same old kind of play style. But now we're starting to see some teams like, all right, hey, let's make some adjustments, like Team Flash. Let's hunt down some squads in Rondo. Let's see if we can take them out. 4 Thrives ended up going out in the last one here. But they're still in a good position, you know, but AGAL is always going to be that map to where that's where championships are made.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for adaptation-wise, teams have had to get a lot better as times go on because we are having more 2-day sets. Used to be in the past you could get away with first day,
that's a great point,
second day, and then adapt into third day. But now it's a case of you got to do your research. It's why we see teams coming back so late to the hotel, right? They go through all the VODs together here in the arena. But we're getting back in towards the action. Things are starting to pop off in a big way as Ulf does open up. RRQ is looking quite good here. They have been putting the work over towards Aurora. Now taking some gorgeous shots over towards Old Gamers.
Gonna look at KRX there, getting some more eliminations. Yeah, as AG.AL getting punished here. It's just Maple up left for the squad. Vinny gonna try to throw that through the window and not hit the mark, but the rest of the... Oh, that one actually did. Maple's hurt. He's gonna back it up as his whole team is now gone. Gonna have to do a crazy 1v4 here. QXZZ's got that S12K though. And yeah, he's waiting for his team. He's like, you know what, why don't we push up as all 4? Guarantee this elimination. Sounds like a good idea.
There he goes out the window, goes way too far. In fact, Maple's just going to drop down, get towards the other building.
Bye-bye.
It's a cheeky play. You have expected to get blasted on the approach. Smaller building, one way up the stairs here. A better chance for a 1v4. I mean, you love to set it up, but is it really going to happen? Enigma Galaxy heading over towards RQ. These guys have been making a lot of noise so far, and Enigma Galaxy, they're looking to turn that music down.
Yeah, Enigma Galaxy putting that work, and we saw it. We saw them come in super late last night, and I was saying like, "Hey, what were y'all guys doing? Y'all guys studying? Y'all guys were talking it out?" And they said, "Ping pong." You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Sometimes you got to build up those team building exercises, get that synergy going.
Right. You telling me they did? That's what they were doing. Ping pong the whole night.
That's what they said. And it looks like it's working out right now because they are in a good position in the zone.
Did you just expose their secret sauce?
Maybe I just did.
Okay. Now everyone's gonna be on the ping pong. Now Enigma Galaxy can't get on the ping pong tables. Look what you've done.
You're right. What have I done?
You got to take that back.
You know what? It was
Put that back in the back of the
VOD
box.
review.
It was VOD review. That's right.
That's what we were doing outside.
Exactly.
Yep, as well.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about here. You got to pull out all the secret sauce, all the stops here.
Yeah.
Oh, Goto, look at that. Force on the roof, getting these little bank-nades in, causing a problem for Gaming Stars. Yusuf gonna have to do something. He's only got the pump shotgun. Oh, he didn't turn to check his back and gets turned on as GOAT team are just making it happen here. Once they got that Jackie blessing, these guys just can't stop.
Well, I mean, man, imagine just giving them so little respect that you don't even check the corner there and still winning the fight. That, yeah, if you're Gaming Stars, we need some more ping pong.
We need it. We need it. We need to do something here, right? Got to make sure you're locked in going towards the end. That hand-eye coordination, those thumbs are just rock solid here.
Kind of like mine.
Yeah.
Well, medium rare.
Medium rare?
Yeah.
I'm more of a medium guy myself.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I could play with hands like the Rock.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The thing. And they to the top though, towards 4 Thrives. Enigma Galaxy taking the fight over towards GOAT in the meantime. 4 Thrives have been under pressure from a bombardment before and they immediately start scattering. Do not want to fall prey to the same situation they did versus Enigma Galaxy over on our angle yesterday.
Uzaifa. Oh, catch getting ran over by our IQ there. And 4 Thrives were just circling them like sharks, and they are putting in the punishment on Ulf. Man, Ulf just can't seem to get something going here. As 4 Thrives now with 5 eliminations are looking good in AGAL.
I mean, right now for Ulf, I don't think they're going to drop to the bottom 3. Getting up towards that top 5 is going to take some special towards the end of the day, though. But they haven't played bad, right? They are a dead center team. Uzaifa finds a shot over towards the tanky. As OG did make their exit from Yasnaya earlier on, moving down towards that southeast side currently. X-Force rejects in front of them, playing in heaven.
Yeah, the problem with this is that we still have the top 4 teams in this circle here. And if they all do well in this game, that's going to start creating a little bit of a point gap. And if that happens, especially in the next game, oh, it's going to get wild.
Yeah, I kind of feel what's going to happen here between 4 Thrives as well as Heaven. This is the type of team that would just send it. They're going to send just underneath, though. And actually try and deal with OG. WizGod opens up, though, and this is good damage. Uzaifa also falling. Aru's not there, but doesn't matter.
Tanky put in that work. Getting out Uzaifa. Yeah, now it's just IQ up left. So OG with the stiff arm there. Getting it done. Trying to hold on to that top spot. Now they got some good solid points. If you look at them right now, they're at 71. That is a good almost 20 points away from 6th place. If they end up strong here, that could be a straight lock for the top 5.
Yo, you know what happened? I reckon Aru went to this game. He was like, guys, you can't perform without me. Then we got some serious problems. I'm going to go drop over here. You guys drop over there. I'm going to get knifed up. It's going to be okay. You guys got to play on a 3, and we'll see if you can make it work. Remember everything I taught you. And it looks like they're doing it proud right now as 3 players. They hold off 4 Thrives. Leave IQ as just 1. Maple still going, miraculously, by the way. Can't believe he even made it to 8th there.
He's going to go ahead and take at least 1 point home with them. He'll take that as Aurora and Mansion are completely hard stuck. You got Enigma Galaxy staring at him. Yeah, look at that Satan from downtown. He's got some good coverage here. And this is outside of the circle, so I'm not surprised we're going to see Enigma Galaxy just kind of wait it out, look to maybe get these last 3 eliminations, and then push into the zone from there. You got Coops up close and personal, keeping an eye on things, but you got to be careful. You cannot afford to get knocked. Igor, though, actually from FURIA is staring at this as well. Man, Aurora, this is worst case scenario for you. 2 monster squads looking at you. You're outside of the circle here. Man, they're just going to try to do what they can.
Nade underneath. Come through from Coops right now. Doc seeing it enter. Another one could do the trick.
Some of that.
And Coops is feeling it right now. He's been a fantastic player for the squad. Steps up now 1v1 versus Reapers. They're down. It is Chief to find the final shot from far, far away. It's been a rarity though, seeing a Heaven Circle in a long, long time. Usually it's a little bit of a feature, but never the ending position. See exactly where stage 7 heads over towards as it drop down towards that southwest side.
Let's get it going here. Enigma Galaxy putting in that work. They have the edge of the circle here. We'll see where exactly it's going to go ahead and shift onto. But they got coverage right now. Protect those vehicles. That's so important because if the zone hard shifts away from them, they're definitely going to need them. So keep those protected. Wait for that next zone. You got 477 still up from GOAT, trying to soak up some more placement points. Next zone does pop, though. Where are we headed?
Enigma Galaxy will absolutely have to move, and we are over towards Heaven. Gives OG another chance here as well on that western side. They're looking for the turkey here, dude.
Hey, the OG fans were happy about that one. I heard some claps happen the second that zone shifted. Let's see how this all works. Yeah, they are looking for that turkey. 3 in a row here. Here comes Enigma Galaxy, though, on the drive. 477 stuck out, and they actually pass him up completely. They're driving straight towards OG.
OG's going to have to hold them off around the other edge of things. It is a 4v3 here. Tanky the first to fall. But WizGod actually is able to get a bit of a clap back over towards that way, and Ralph is left behind. So only 2 players for Enigma Galaxy, possibly allowing chance for OG to reset.
IQ, last player up for 4 thrives as well. OG are hurt, though. That nade looks good. WizGod, ooh, barely getting out of the way of that one. Coop's going to throw another, though. Coop is hungry. He finds a nice headshot there. That one stung. He knows exactly where they are. This nade is an eviction notice saying hello and goodbye. Gets the knock on a Tanky.
They're on their last legs right now. I think there was a bare moment where everyone was on practically 10 HP. WizGod will finish off IQ off in the distance. That felt personal.
Coop's throwing a quick Molotov down low. He needs to start doing some of that low toss action we saw earlier. But he's got another nade locked and loaded. Let's see if he can throw this heat-seeking missile down south. Oh, he's got to watch his back, though, and he gets him! Coops is doing some damage right here, all by himself.
The nade goes a little bit too far. WizGod takes another nasty hit. Smokes going forward here, trying to keep AGAL alive, but a 4th place is still fantastic for OG. Setting goes down, that will give time for potentially WizGod to move up and pick up AGAL in the midst of all the smoke here. Makes the dash now.
Devil gets a knock onto Satan. What is going on right here? We got Coops gonna hopefully try to get that res.
But demon on demon action, this is crazy.
Meanwhile, FURIA is going to put in some work, and Silence, he's got that MG3. That's the gun to have here. FURIA, man, looking to finally get a chicken dinner as Silence gets another knock there, and the finish actually. Coops down to his last single HP. Does, oh, nice little vehicle switch there. Hops in the vehicle, hits the passenger seat, ejects, gets himself to safety for a little bit longer. But, oh, looks like that nade is gonna do it.
They'll take a 4th place though. OG secures at least a 3rd. Goodness me, AGAL is kind of tearing X-Force Rejects apart, but finally the edge shut down, and this is a free game for FURIA. That's what you get, Devil. Take down Satan, friendly fire. Game's gonna end just like that. And FURIA will pick themselves up a win. And it feels good for them. Coming off the back of that Rondo into this Erangel. A real turnaround today.
That is how you get it done right there. FURIA, you know, that was just a sigh of relief, because yesterday they were just hunting circles all day long, couldn't catch a break. and here they get the chicken dinner. But speaking of breaks, X-Force rejects, right? They stopped into heaven, they held that position.
Yeah.
Zone ended up getting locked onto them. And for a team that was pretty much last place, right, that gives them an opportunity, right? That could be that door open for them to at least get to survival stage.
Yeah. But Nigma Galaxy, though, again, it's a decent move. I mean, Ralph gets caught on the back lines there, but it's understandable. That's a hard bit of terrain to push through.
Yeah.
Coops does a wonderful job, though. The team's going to be massively proud of him with the way he handled that ridgeline versus OG. Goodness me. I mean, if it wasn't for Furia, potentially takes down the whole team. But yeah, for Furia, they were very quick to the mark. I think that's the main thing from Furia. They analyzed and saw where the opportunities were there, pushed over the top, and as soon as X-Force Rejects pushes out that building, goodness me, did you see how quickly Furia marched to the other side? That was wild.
Yeah, they knew that, hey, this is our chance to win it, and they took it. Furia is one of those squads that are so high IQ when it comes to those kind of opportunities. They're not going to miss it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you're totally right. I mean, once we saw that zone shift, Nigma Galaxy knew they lost this game, right? They're like, hey, you know what? We just got to try to do whatever we can. Those kind of rotations, you're going to have a sacrifice, right? Just to be able to even get there. But they did utilize that opportunity to its maximum, that's for sure. That's what it's all about. But Furia, they knew they had that one in the bag, and they took it.
Again, it's nice to see some more aggression coming out of Nigma Galaxy. It's nice to see OG on the front lines taking some good fights, and without Aru as well towards that end there. For X-Force Rejects, I need a little bit more to be convinced because you are playing from heaven. It's a god compound at the end of the day.
It was luck, right? It was luck. But you know what? Sometimes luck is all it takes.
It's just what you need.
It's just what you need, you know, and they just happened to get it. And it's good for them that it happened now in the second game of the last day, right? So we've seen it in the past where teams that are coming in a little bit nervous, don't have that as much experience as some of these other guys, they get a lucky game, and sometimes that just gives them the confidence they need to actually do something, right?
Yeah.
But, you know...
no, it's true, because you suddenly start to play a little bit more different.
Yeah, you're like, oh...
especially nervous teams as well coming into this, you know. It's a big stage. We have fans from around the world here as well. Sometimes it could be hard either disappointing your fans or trying to uplift them in the process. So you get yourself a lucky win, boom, you're good to go.
Yes, indeed. Let's get it going here, man. Hey, I want to say one thing, right? I love, you know, good old-fashioned esports jerseys. I want that, though. I want one of those, man. So if you got that in a triple XL, bring it on down. But you know what?
It looks comfy, dude.
It definitely does. It definitely does. These guys are looking fly, you know, here. But you know what? Speaking of fly, I think it's time to get this started here into the second AGAL of the day. Only 3 more matches after this, but this is going to be a crucial one.
OG up to 80 points now. I think it's going to be difficult to knock them out of that top 5 unless there's some incredible shifts up in the rankings as thing goes on. But honestly, I think OG, they're riding high right now. They are feeling good. I don't think anyone's going to challenge them too much. They might drop out of first place, but I'd love to see them stay up there throughout the entirety of the survival stage. And I can see Hoxie currently has taken our top player spot in number 1 with 17. Actually, Aurora top is doing a huge amount of work for them with 16.
Let's get it going here. And we can take a look at the top players. Yeah, top with the most damage.
Wow.
4,357. Unbelievable performance right here from him. Fortunately, we don't see Aurora on top of the leaderboards here, but they're right there. They're still in 5th place. But OG already now have a nice point sponge, like you mentioned. The GOAT and 14, nice amount of points as well. Completely tied up in 2nd and 3rd. This is going to be a close one. It's really going to come down to the last match to see who's going to be in our top 5.
Absolutely. Now I'm looking down towards the bottom of the leaderboards. RRQ in 14th. Now RRQ qualified on a technicality. They've been working hard, putting in the time to try and get through towards that group stage, potentially through to the finals. It'd be a shame to see them go out here in survival stage, but right now they are not playing up to scratch. So they do a little bit more here. 28 points of the 32 the X-Force Rejects have been able to grab at the back of that last game. But we do have Naruto skins in game at the moment. We've got the Ninetales Fury Org there as well, so you can draw for the Naruto character set 2 and become a sage yourself in game. As we all know, all of the viewers of PUBG Mobile are filled with wisdom because you're here with us, of course.
That's right. That's right. If you could learn any Naruto jutsu, what would it be?
I told you. Wait, John asked me this question yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah.
I ask him the same one.
You asked that. I have the same answer.
What is it?
Rasen Shuriken every time. Dude.
Very nice.
I had like such weird deja vu for a second there.
There you go.
Damn, let me...
I'll tell you what, I'm going...
Give me a second.
Okay,
give
now
me,
you know what?
2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
You know what? I'll tell you, doesn't have a couple secs, and that is going to be Thunder Talk Gaming once again. Losing players super early on. Sitting is knocked. And Shiva with the vehicle swap is going to go ahead and get that confirmation. But he's actually going to have to watch out because Seeing is already there, putting that punishment down. So Thunder Talk, X-Force Rejects, battling it out, back and forth. Reverb is going to get thirsted. Sitting did survive. And he looks like he is going to crawl to safety. Are you kidding me? So Thunder Talk shutting down that push from X-Force Rejects. One little mistake, that's all it takes.
Absolutely. X-Force Rejects leading 1 there. I was looking up jutsus in the meantime.
All right. Change your decision?
No, but hey, I actually have this tattooed on my back, but it's the Dead Demon Consuming Seal. That one's cool. That one is cool. Unfortunately, I wouldn't use it because I would knock myself in-game using that.
Maybe lock down your lunch so no one takes it, right?
I know. I have to.
That's right. You know what? I'm going...
I need a res, bro. I need a res.
I need a res.
I need a reanimation jutsu right now. Come on, bro.
I'm going with the flying Raijin, dude.
Yeah, that is cool. That is big.
You can't. I think it's just too dang good. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you need me, I can have you marked, pow, and I'm right there. But what can I say?
I mean, Minato is the GOAT. So,
yes.
yeah, you ain't wrong. But we are jumping down towards Sosnovka. And we do have to talk about this.
Yes.
We do got to talk about this because this is fun to watch, but it is also the first time we've actually seen it down towards Sosnovka. We get to watch these players duke it out on day 2. Down towards the south side of the map. Thunder Talk already making their cross right now. Enigma Galaxy are also looking to move across. And 4 Thrives, they're just not holding it. I think they were much more concerned with having a spot right now. They're on 69 points, which is great. It is good. But we want to see a bit more for themselves. They don't want to end up dropping out on a catastrophic turn of events coming through towards the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, top 5 is definitely the goal. More placements, the better, for sure. And with 69, they do have a little bit of a gap from 6th place. But with how these teams are playing, I mean, that we've seen gaps like that get shut down in just a game alone. Especially when you got FURIA climbing up the leaderboards. They have 54. They're within easy range of Enigma Galaxy. Enigma Galaxy, as a matter of fact, they're one of these teams that really need this game right here because things are getting spicy for sure. Looking on over here, especially, this is a very difficult zone. We have a nice hard shift down the military.
My boys have got the double hovercraft.
Double hovercraft.
That is actually a massive advantage on Sosnovka. You want to keep those up as long as possible. You can sort of hide them down towards the south side if you wanted.
Yeah, especially if you can go hunt down one of those welding guns. Man, that's going to be so good for them here towards the end. And it looks like out of 2 teams that are already in military base, 4 Thrives and Enigma Galaxy are mighty close to each other here. Meanwhile, KRX is going to be storming the beach here in a little while as well. So that's going to be interesting to see. A lot of teams want to take in that position there.
Yeah, KRX actually heading over towards the slope, moving upwards towards 4 Thrives' position. Ulf is yet to cross yet, just worried at the moment. There is a jump to be made for Ulf here into top 5. They want it on this game. Similarly for KRX, FURIA, The Flash. You're right, Enigma Galaxy is right on that cusp at the moment.
Yeah.
Keep a white-knuckled grip to keep this one going.
Dude, these last 3 matches coming up are going to be so insane. You know what?
I'm excited.
Me too, and I am just so happy that. Oh, look at this. GOAT going down. Killer Joe is out. Moxie is hurt. So X-Force Rejects do cross the bridge. They head to Novo, and they end up getting the better of GOAT. Meanwhile, look at this. They're on a glider, getting themselves a position in this next circle.
Yeah, it's sad to see as well, because it's going to be Fuchsman as well as Force going forward. Kind of players you want. There's also a Crash Glider here too, so it looks like GOAT was double gliding, KRX is double hovering. Trend around the map. But yeah, I think for X-Force Rejects, this was cool. I like this from them. I gotta disagree with Seven though.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that last match, it did feel a little bit lucky, honestly. You play Heaven, and they sort of immediately lost as soon as they moved away from Heaven.
Yeah.
Okay? There was... And that's okay. It's okay to get lucky sometimes. It really is. But it also feels bad when you instantly lose players running out into a singular sightline. I want to see more of it. So that right there is more promising to me than anything. And it's coming in at 8 minutes into the game. Capability to take down a squad moving in and have the wherewithal to set up in Novo.
And actually get some eliminations. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all I know is that if I get zone locked towards the end, I'm feeling lucky. That's for sure, right? But you got to still put in the work, even if that happens. This next circle does pop all the way down to military. So yeah, now there's no question of where this zone is headed. And
thank God.
Yeah, thank goodness. So I think we're tired of these like crazy water in the middle of the island circles. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So no splits here. It's just going to be who is the best in order to get this win.
Right now, obviously the center of Airstrip is pretty strong. A good place to play. You could even head over towards C block too. Not a bad spot. Worth playing going forward. KRX with the double hovercraft have a ton of capability to move in, but it seems like they may have ditched them somewhere.
Oh boy. Look to see the action is starting to ring off those. FURIA's getting mighty close here. Geekay gonna go ahead and find a spot in military. They're gonna be holding the satellite position as well as Doxy. Oh, nice jump shot. Ragnarok though. Oh, it wasn't nice enough because Hoxie shoots him out of the air and shuts him down.
Aurora trying to make the cross here versus Ulf. Ulf got across a little bit earlier. They rung the bell on this one, and Aurora starts to move up. Reaper's already down. Joel trying to hit some mad shotgun shots. I don't know what he was thinking. And out top with his signature Mini 14, it's not enough as Kelsey from behind will find the shots towards him, leaving just Doc, the last player alive here for Aurora.
Man, tough cross and a bad time too. Match number 3 here for the second day. Aurora in 4th place. Going out like this is going to be tough. It's going to really be those last 3 matches for Aurora if they're going to make it into the top 5. So worst case scenario for Aurora, Enigma Galaxy, Flash, Yuria all pop off here. You can see Maniac looking for some cheeky angles, and look at him go. He's going to be able to try and jump all the way to the top, and he does. So Maniac busting out his parkour skills, showing people this is how it's done. This is how you get up on top. And Ulf's going to have to be mighty careful. His footsteps are pretty loud, though. Let's see if they can hear him up there.
Doc's like, what the hell, man? You're making a lot of noise.
Oh, man, the coach didn't look too happy. We saw that little coach's corner. Let's see if Doc can make him smile. As Rolex is like, hey, nobody's here, right?
There's no way.
Nobody's here, right?
Are we trigger discipline on this one? That's crazy.
Oh, gets the thirst, though. And he did get shot in the back, right? Am I tripping?
No, you're not. That is ballsy to stay that. They just fully long.
And the coach corner, no reaction.
No reaction.
No reaction.
Nil point.
That is correct.
Yeah. Oh. He did get shot in the back.
He did, right? Yeah, I was like.
My boy just stood on the stairs.
Just saying, you know what? If I'm going down, this is how I'm doing it.
I'm convinced I'm part of gaming stuff.
I'm safe. Oh man, Yusuf getting caught out. Maniac jumped down? I thought he was on top of the hole. If he was on top of here, interesting. Scarface, though. Yeah, I thought he was on top of the little tippy top of the bridge, but now it looks like we're going to see Ulf just hard commit.
I mean, Alula's coming in here as well.
So Ulf got a lot of points to grab. I think they're going to hold on to the spot for a lot longer.
I mean, why not? I mean, Ulf right now, feels like people are feeding them points. Ulf's like, they're not even trying to make this difficult for us. They're just...
We'll take it.
It's just meals, free meal tickets arriving on the bridge. Yeah, I'll eat that up every time. Circle does move far down towards the southeast, though. X-Force Rejects did try and pick up the buildings down towards the southwest side of C Block. But KRX is nice and set up. However, a lot of these teams are going to have to make their way out of Airstrip, and quite a few times that can be a difficult task. Getting out across that road, you're massively silhouetted in that situation. It's a question of if anyone else has those sight lines. Now, this is a big move from RRQ. They are flying through teams on the southern edge.
I like this play, actually. I think if you're RRQ, you're right now at 28 points. Top 5 is going to be really tough. Like, you need to pop
We got to make a play.
Yeah. We got to make a crazy play. And in order to make, at least to the survival stage, this could be it, right? Like, hey, let's take the risk now. Especially with Miramar coming up. Let's full send it to the center, and they do make it there safely. So it looks like that bet did end up paying. Oh, as soon as I say that, AJ gets a knock and thirst onto one of the players from RRQ. So maybe a little bit too greedy on that rotation.
Yeah, well, I would say you should assume the players are going to be playing down towards these very much coastal edges. I think it's a very typical area to work with as well.
For sure. And they had so much space here, you know, I just think...
Yeah, there wasn't a reason for it, right? That's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
So Flutter Talk will get themselves at least one off the back of that. A lot of teams are unwilling to move now that they're inside the circle. And it also seems that there's a lot of teams unwilling to move on the outer edges too.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those mistakes you point out, right? Because it's just a pure mistake. Like, there's certain ones that you could be like, all right, it was a coin toss. They could have gone left, they could have gone right, and they just made a bad bet. But that was one where you just kind of lost a player pretty unnecessarily on the side of RRQ. And it's those little tiny ones that they just like are a domino effect to your demise. So it could have been like, oh, we could have won the game with 15 points, but now we're stuck in a third place with 2. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens, though, as we look at this. Ooh, nice shot of that map. Let's see where the circle goes, though. Are we going to have a crazy shift? Does it center up? That's going to make things interesting. Oh,
man, that's sad for RRQ, though.
That is tough.
You make a big play for the south side, and assuming it's going to move out away from Airstrip, it runs it straight back. And KRX, honestly, for them, they're pretty happy with their spot.
Yeah.
They're even happier now. And if they still got the double hovercraft, they will be very well set up going into this late game. Not that they need to move much, but they can create some really good impromptu cover. All gamers will fly straight across this bridge. Gaming Stars realizing now they need to move instantaneously. RRQ flip to a new area. Foosman's on the other side.
They made the push quick.
A bunker each.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Your RRQ, the zone swapped on over. Take those bunkers, secure those spots. KRX, I believe they were holding those satellite positions with those hovercrafts, so that's a really good position, especially if the zone decides to go ahead and hard shift down south. So teams now taking some of their final spots. A lot of teams, though, still need to get in this zone. Our top of the leaderboard squad, OG, they are still way over there in blue, just barely crossing the bridge, super late. AG.AL is in the same position on the other side as well.
It's a hard, I mean, we kind of was focused over towards the 2 bridges there, and we were really unwilling to move. So was all gamers, a little bit scared of it. And I know that OG likes to really analyze how they want to go forward. So if they still think a team's there, like they did yesterday on Miramar Gaming Stars, they'll try and figure out a different situation. Now they're trying to wrap on the northern edge, which I do think this is kind of interesting. They could come down from the hillside and sling into the south side of C block if they wanted to. But it's certainly an interesting one. And I think if you can see all gamers flying in towards that eastern side, maybe this is the play, and it looks like to be what they're going for.
Yeah, they're sending it right now. Igor is trying to survive this one. Serpentini, looks like one of his tires did get popped out. He's in trouble. Quick, getting a knock on to Aaron. AG.AL, yeah, just trying to send it to safety, but Ayala pops him out the vehicle.
It's not going to be. FURIA has been marshalling this northeast road for a long, long time. Pulling out the badge.
Oh, pulling out the buggy.
Yeah.
That one real quick.
Badge has been put away, apparently.
Yes, it has.
By the Flash here. We are playing on that eastern side as well, so they'll double back the hillside. Again, I kind of like what OG went for, you know, just barrel down that hilltop. You out of the sightlines for quite a while until you in front of C block. It's not the craziest position, but you get a position at this stage.
Yeah.
It is kind of lit.
Yeah, dude, the fact that you even here with all 4 players up, it definitely is going to work out. Their med situation has to be super low.
Yes.
They blew,
good point.
They blew through them just getting into here. But you know what? The fact that they are here and have such a point sponge on top is a good thing going for them for sure. You know what? I want to say one thing.
Go on.
These next 3 matches outside about it, they're going to be so wild, right? And I'm just very, very happy that John got his rest before them.
Oh, he needs that nap, dude. You'll need that nap because you better be bringing the thunder going into those next few games. And the talk.
Dude, I just keep seeing these coach cameras.
Yeah, the problem is the coach corner cameras is that they're shown for about 2 seconds. We realize they're very sad, and then we take them away.
Dude, they're just sad or serious, dude. They're just like...
I think the production should keep the coach corner cameras up for a good 15.
Yeah.
We got to lock in with them.
Good 15 seconds. Oh, I would love to see the coach's POV too, like in the middle of a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. As Silence putting some shots downrange, holding this position. This is a tough circle here, especially if it does go down south. That airfield is, there's not a lot of coverage in that area.
No, you're pretty much playing against the fence right now. Playing off the back of vehicles you still have that aren't completely wrecked. Dragging the bumper down the side of the road with them. Enigma Galaxy, this is not a horrible spot to play, and they just have to be absolutely proactive. They're down towards the south side of the fence, but we're here with FURIA looking to crest into the building alongside with KRX. Can QXZ hit a nutty grenade? Pops it back in the pocket though. And it makes sense. My goodness me, they were fast to this location, but wow, the utility, the vests, the ammo, that don't look great. We got micro Uzis on board as well.
Yeah, and the good thing about where FURIA is like it's pretty much almost impossible to hit a nade on them, right? That chain link fence makes it so difficult, and you can just see them just holding those utils, throwing it out, going back to that little coverage. So, but Team Flash, full sending it here onto Geekay, a hard commit. And it's up to them to win this fight. Oh, great teamwork there with a 2v1. They are fully taking advantage of Geekay, catching them off guard. I don't think they really expected them to push. And if you're Geekay, it's kind of your fault there. You had to make sure that you got at least some shots onto them coming on in. But they were able to fully push this easily. And now with that bounce nade, Team Flash is pushing up little by little.
It's a naughty pincer they came in with. Zeus around the corner, still on fire. Oh my goodness me. They toast him up a little bit, but he crunches back down on them with a couple of shots through from the DBS. Lovely to see here from the Flash, but yet there's only one stairway to get up on that building. You pincer on both sides. It's hard to deal with if you don't have a player on the bottom floor, and that team was already hurting. So it's a good identification from Flash, a good identification of how that building is best aggressed upon. So yeah, well done. Very, very well done. And now they have the ability to hold up both KRX and FURIA in the near future.
Yeah, I mean, we had to see Geekay up on that top floor, and you could see exactly that's what Flash is doing. They have 2 up on top, just keeping an eye out so nobody pushes up on them for free. And that little mistake allowed Team Flash to just push up and get it done. Silence throwing a smoke right onto himself here. We know that was on purpose.
Damn, that is a nice nade. I think he's trying to get the M79 over towards the player was knocked, but it's kind of just given away where he's playing. Got the pumpy and a nade. This has to be a special one, but the door's closed on him. Oh dear.
Oh, and that nade's gonna knock him out. It's just up to Chief. Next zone does go on over to the wide open field. Chief barely getting outside of that Molotov range. KRX, they want this elimination. They're just scared. Oh,
that's on target.
Yeah, that. Goodbye, Chief. Dinner has been served, and